Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Unpaid and Underrated, the podcast for crew, by crew, relentlessly mocked by crew, and hailed from all sections of the country. I am one of your hosts, Big Joey. I am joined, as always, by Big Keith.
Howdy, howdy.
We have a couple other folks here, too. I've got Big Matt Porter.
Hey.
I got Big Andy here.
Hey, everybody.
And Big Jake is back for the second week in a row.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. Happy to see you. This is episode 34786. I don't know what that means, but it means we've been doing this way too long.
It means we're old.
Yeah, we beat the sisters for sure with that number.
10 years is in the rearview mirror.
Yeah. Is anybody drinking anything cool, or did we just move on from that?
Oh, get some nice hot tea for my sick ass.
Well, you should drink it. Don't.
Yeah. It's not going up. It's not enema tea. It's just herbal tea.
Yeah. Don't
that way.
Don't put that up there. That's hot.
Hot toddy.
There you go. I'm rocking a fridge cig to wind down as usual.
Oh god, I couldn't imagine doing caffeine at 7:00.
Oh, I gotta avoid that. I'm working on a Italian sparkling mineral water.
Very nice. Andy?
Nothing exciting, just a prime sour Nova, but in a new Buc-ee's koozie, so that's exciting.
That is exciting. I tried a new, God, I wish I had the name. It just says sport drink. I got it at Costco. And
Sports drink.
like I like my electrolytes. I have them every morning. You know, the magnesium always helps regulate through the day. And I was drinking it, and I had like this weird flavor. It's cherry pomegranate, and I thought to myself, this tastes funny to me. I don't understand why. So today I tried the lemon lime. Same thing. It just tastes funny. 400 milligrams of sodium.
Jesus.
So
Holy shit.
I'm used to 200. And I was like, that's what tastes funny. It's like I'm licking a sidewalk after an ice storm. Like this thing tastes like sidewalk salt. Yeah, so that's new. I might go down to half a dose on those until this bag is gone. But like it has no sugar, so I was like, okay, it's pretty cheap. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, 400 milligrams of sodium. That'll do me in every time. No wonder my stomach was so upset.
Can you talk about sidewalk salt? I have no idea what you guys are even talking about.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Florida guy.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. So we put salt on the sidewalks because you know how like once every 5 years Florida freezes and all of you guys freak out and die. We just live with that. We just live with that all
November
the time.
to March.
Yeah. I love seeing videos of people in Florida when their sidewalk has like the slightest amount of ice and they all eat shit for hours because nobody knows how to walk on ice. And we're all up here just skating down the road.
I mean, I'm south enough, and I mean, just outside of Tampa, so it's like I don't even have that. Like I've never seen.
It doesn't happen to you guys. No,
damn.
No.
You've never seen
snow.
never
Like
seen snow.
Your whole
My
life
entire
was just in
life.
Florida. Oh,
My
damn.
entire life, never seen snow.
Wild.
That's so sad.
That is crazy.
We
Have
get
you-
so
Sorry for
excited
your
for
loss.
snow here. Yeah, we get so excited for the first snow, and then by the 10th we get pissed. Like that's how the North works. We're like, okay, that's enough. Like we're done with this. I see an unpaid and underrated shirt.
You know it. Inaugural journey of the unpaid and underrated shirt, in fact.
In
Version
what
one.
sense?
I just got it.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah!
I'll
Did
read.
you get the last one in your size?
Sure did, pal.
Dope. Yeah, there's only a handful left. Those are like
Had to
think
be on
they're
the right
officially
side of
sold out.
airwave history.
they're not officially sold out. There might be like a small left. I'm not sure.
Well, that size at least, maybe. Who knows? I see a strength coat. Nope, buddy caps.
That's right. Got to represent.
Keith, what do you got?
I don't know, the brick gym shirt.
I got the natural light. Not doing anything important today.
You
Yeah,
got
just rocking my shirt from work. It's a like a long sleeve, like a sun hoodie.
Very nice, very nice. That'll skip
that a-
that.
I like the
What?
hat. Is that a Porter PhysEd patch hat, or is that like an
It's a-
embroidered or
Embroidered, yep.
nice and dope?
All right, Keith. I've done enough talking. Take over.
Yeah. I guess we'll get some of the negative stuff out of the way first. We won't go into too many details, but I kind of like I'm was very disappointed and proud of our crew this weekend. There was, a certain individual that made some very uncrew
Stupid.
like comments. Yeah, some
Stupid.
very like bozo isn't even the right word because it's like at least bozos are forgivable, but you know, made some very off color foul comments. Got called out on it, tried to defend it, that it was just a joke, bud. It was just a joke,
Oh, the
pal.
bud.
Learn how
The
to take it.
bud.
Learn how to take a joke, pal. Deleted the comment for you, Keith. I'm like, you didn't delete it for me, buddy. You deleted it because you shouldn't have fucking said it, and then you doubled down, then you tripled down, and yeah, I think he saw himself out of the crew, to my understanding, or at least out of the Discord. So
No,
not
no,
sure.
he membership.
Yeah, so I almost feel bad, but not really because like if you're ever in that situation, it's pretty easy to be like, "Oh shit, my bad. I didn't get the vibe of the room. Sorry, guys." Not, it was a joke, pal. Like fuck you, dude. So good riddance, whatever. It was good to see a handful of crew come together and kind of call him out on it. So good for us. Sucks for Tanner and Tommy. They lost $3, but what we earned back in our pride of being part of that group, I think was worth it because I don't want to be associated with that kind of hate. So that was about that. So a lot of people were confused by that. I think it just kind of is what it is. If you missed it, you missed it. But it
Yeah,
was
this might now become an in-person story. It might be
Yeah.
one of those where it's like
just
I think I filled in mostly squat videos, Matt, and I actually messaged Tanner. I was like, "Did you see what happened?" And Tanner was like, "No." So I gave him kind of the Coles notes, and he goes, "That explains why he canceled his membership this morning." And I was like, "Yep, sorry, dude, but also not sorry."
no. But yeah, I mean, there were some people that were like, "Oh, I don't really care what he said," and I'm just like, "I'm just here to have a silly goose time," and I'm like, I get that, but you have the privilege of having that silly goose time of this hate-free zone because occasionally when some asshole pokes their head out of the sand and shows their colors, we kind of squish them, and like if we didn't do that and like this group kept growing and then just was inundated with these hateful comments throughout, like no one would
Yeah.
want to be a part of the Discord. It would just become the internet that no one really enjoys. So yeah, we don't do that here. So that's that.
It's the old comment of if you allow wolves and sheep, you will end up with only wolves,
It's fair,
right? So
but
kick the wolf out.
yeah. So that was that, and then one thing this week, I think it was Big Curd that is, was I'm not sure if I think he maybe just hit cup level or whatever it was. He was showing his progression on the Mastonomics Hall of Fame card, and like on the back side where it's the words, he was like checking off or circling what he did, and on the front, instead of what I do, which I thought most people did, and I never even thought about the other side of this, instead of labeling the number side, like the one that corresponds to the achievements you've hit, like so you did number 1, you did number 7, you did number 11, and marking those, he just filled out, he circled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which was kind of cool because then he can like at a glance be like, okay, I'm on 9 achievements, I'm on 10 achievements, whereas like I have to sit there and count, but like, is that how it's supposed to be? Like, what do people do? Because I got some mixed results. I think the majority of the people were on my side. A couple people were on Kurt's side, but there wasn't a ton of interaction. So I'm just curious of anyone that actually is active on their card, how they handled that situation.
I definitely still count it like by achievement, like you do, Keith. I think
Yeah,
like I'll mark in the little bubble of where the number is, but then I feel like I'm constantly doing this. Like, how many do I have again? And I got to go through and I got to count each one, tally them all up.
yeah. Which makes
Yeah,
me like think Kurt maybe has something.
my mind worked the same way, although I did have to throw some shade at you being a dink, but
Oh yeah, that was you. I was like, wait, no, I don't only do one side. Damn it, I just didn't explain myself thoroughly. Apparently.
but yeah, my mind works the same way. I immediately was like, oh, okay, now I just have to flip back and over and see which achievements I've done.
Yeah, I just count like the 1, 2, 3, 4, however many I've done, and then so I just check it off, and then the
Okay.
other side I have like check marks on the ones that I have on the written side.
See, that's that, and that's a completely logical. I understand that way. Like now that I have the 10,000 point view or 10,000 foot view, maybe I would have done it that way. I just had never. My brain didn't work. My brain didn't allow me to ever consider that as an option. And then when I saw Kurt do it, I was like, my mind was blown. So I was good to know there's other people out there that do that.
I think if the card was one bigger card and it had the achievements and the bubbles under, your brain would make more sense where you would see one and go and check one. But because we have to flip it, a lot of us check both sides, right? Because like the flipping means I've suddenly forgotten what the other side was, right? One is like a check of achievements, the other side is the actual explanation of the achievement. I
I don't know.
can't
I
tell
do the
you what
like
I do.
corresponding for
Yeah,
sure. Like I'll if it's number one, I'll check off number one. If it's number seven, like I'll check off number seven, not one, then two, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I understand that,
That's
but
the debate.
it's like number one on this side of the card, and then you flip the card, fill out the bubble, and then you go to the other side and go, I did that, and check mark that. So for me, I think I do both sides because there's two sides. If it was one side,
Oh.
I would be able to like track that, but because it's both sides, I have to be able to say like one side is the things I've done, the other side is the amount of things I've done. Does that make sense? Am I
Yeah.
insane right now?
Well, you're just
No,
you're talking about what we're talking about, but you're not
Yeah.
giving an answer. So it's just you're confusing everybody.
I
because
can't
you're
remember. I just don't
explaining-
remember what
Okay,
I've done.
So we'll leave it at he.
I-
Joey fills out both sides. He just doesn't know
Yeah,
what side
to
he
be
does on the numbers.
to be
It's fair.
fair, I've been sitting at 15 for months, so like, I don't remember what I've done. I haven't looked at it.
Let's see. What's this? Okay, so the Temple of Gains video. Did anybody get a chance to watch that? It was actually pretty relevant this week with Tanner's video dropped today. Without like knowing that all this other drama and spotlight would be being put on Temple of Gains, and then I was not afraid that Tanner would kind of like they would really like not give an honest review or anything, but I know I came away watching the Temple of Gains video on the League Extension, and I'd have no interest in buying it, like or at least like the way that Tanner portrayed it, like the whole like I have to like do this with my legs to get in, and I gotta like break my shin to get it in the right place to get the full range of motion. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying $2,500 to have something that. I mean, now, granted, like, and if he could have easily just left it on like level 2 and just had his legs slide in and out perfectly or whatever, but he was more honest and like showing to like for him to get the full benefit, he has to kind of contort his body in this position. So like, it was good that he didn't really like try to sell it as something it wasn't. So I did give him,
Definitely wasn't like a softball review. He definitely gave critiques and everything.
Yeah.
And it was like a very like I mean, everyone's biased, but like it seemed like a very unbiased, like actually, this is how I'm viewing the machine. This is like what I think of it, and it was he's trying to give every point he could.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was I don't know. I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy it, but it was definitely like that the couple of negatives he pointed out. I was just like, oh, that's a lot of money for something that doesn't work as easily as you would want. But tiny footprint, extremely tiny footprint for a full stack. Well, for as full of, but also like if you're full stack and you can sit there and rep out the full stack for like 15 reps in leg extension, it might not be enough weight, but also they experiment with the gym pen, I guess.
Makes me feel more like better and better about my PRX leg extension that I have paired with the Voltra, and it's like it's almost the same. I mean, it's not that it's close enough to the same price, and I'm like, and I have more versatility. I'm like, and I can change the resist curve and everything. This is, I mean, it's what the other reason I bought the Voltra besides just having a cable machine for home gym con to show off my stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't even say that your leg extension costs that much too, because you can use that Vultra for 20 other things in your gym too.
Oh, yeah,
but also,
and the PRX pad is also like a chest support pad too.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, that was I don't know, it was good. It was definitely the first. I think it was the first non-gym tour they've had in a while, so it was a nice change of pace. I'm not saying I don't like the gym tours, but it's like once every month or two to have a different video in there. Not a bad plan. Anybody else get a chance to watch it?
Not yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight, but I've seen little bits of it, and I'm excited. I find videos are, it's nice to hear both sides because like some reviews are always just like, "This is great," blah blah blah. But I'm excited to see what he thinks about all the critiques, like you were talking about, Keith.
Nice. And I don't think they actually. I think on the live last night or on the podcast they were like, we're not, because I think they touched base on it a little bit of how like the review coming out this week is like we're gonna preface that the video will come out. Like we made the video before all this drama happened, so they couldn't remember if they edited it go click on our affiliate link or not. And I watched the video and I don't think I heard an affiliate link plug. So if they did, I missed it. But I just thought that whole thing was just kind of a lot of drama over just some stupid shit, but
Crazy on the timing.
yeah, it really was. It's like
I wonder if they got more views because of it.
I'm curious. Yeah, because I mean, it's you would think. I mean, anything Temple of Gains or leg extension right now might be kind of popping off, but I'm not sure how YouTube's algorithm works like that. I feel like a lot of their stuff isn't getting out to the masses like I feel it should. So I don't know. What's modern comedy, Joey?
Oh yeah. Just a personal thing, a little bit. So I've decided to watch a few comedy movies in the past couple of days, and I watched. Do you guys remember The End? It was
Like
a
the one where
Seth
the
Rogen movie.
apocalypse? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where like
yeah.
I remember like the one scene was like Emma Watson was like they were like we're not going to rape Emma Watson or something like that, and that's like all
Yeah,
she heard, and she like runs off and like into the like the this mist apocalypse or whatever.
exactly. Just quick, if I could, your favorite comedy movie, Jake.
Ooh, I love the old school stuff. I was always a big Adam Sandler fan. I would have to say either Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore would be my 1-2.
Okay, Andy.
I have three sisters, so I grew up watching stuff like She's the Man, that kind of thing, like also kind of old school, but in a slightly different vein.
Mm-hmm. Matt,
It's gonna go with Billy Madison, but he stole it from me.
Keith.
Right, Road Trip or Out Cold. Those are my two of my like top comedies from a kid.
Okay, and mine would be Super Trooper. Like,
That's a good one.
yeah, the ideal. So I'm like, okay, I keep hearing Massonomics says it all the time. People say it all the time. The reason they don't make comedy movies anymore is because you can't get away with stuff. That's what I keep hearing. So I watched The End. I remember it being very funny when I first watched it. It's kind of funny now, right? Like it doesn't age well. And then I saw a movie that came out, I think within the past year, and I think it's called Pizza Party.
Oh, yeah, I saw a preview for that. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I think it's very new. It's this year.
it sucks. It's awful. And I got about half an hour in before I went, I can't watch this. This is genuinely bad. And I think what I wanted to say is something along the lines of it's not that you can't get away with stuff, it's that nobody's funny. People don't know how to be funny anymore. You've got the same old tired jokes. Okay, you've got the homophobia, the transphobia, whatever that shit is. That stuff is aged. Sorry guys, it's not funny. But then like it's just so bad. I don't understand. The reason they don't make comedy movies anymore is cuz nobody's funny anymore. And the people that are funny still, let's look at some of the best stand up. Let's look at Shane Gillis, let's look at Kill Tony, things coming out of those guys. Those are funny and they're still edgy. Comedy movies can't be funny anymore because they don't take risks. It's not because you can't get away with it, it's because they don't want to. That movie was like so marketed towards me. It was like every time I turned on Netflix, it was like, watch this, watch this, watch this. And I said, okay, fine. It was fucking bad. There wasn't a single, I didn't even nose breath once in the half hour I watched it. So it's just my take on modern comedy is that, yeah, it's not that you can't get away with it. It's that you don't know how to do it.
I don't think they're putting effort into movies and like comedy movies. There's a lot of good comedy shows, depending on like what your take in comedy is, and
Yep.
you know if you're talking like just laugh track 30-minute things or like what am I watching?
I think my argument is those suck too.
I don't
Like
know.
Letterkenny
Shrinking to me is like the best TV show in the world, and I consider that like a drama, a dramedy. But it's also like what do you consider as a comedy? Only a comedy? Can you not have fucking like action and drama? It's like
you
where
can Letterkenny, Shorzy, like these things that just genuinely want to make you laugh, not deliver one-liners directly to the audience, not these, you know, oops, my pockets are full of quarters, like whatever the fucking dumb thing is. I'm just saying comedy still exists, just comedy movies are stupid because they don't care about being funny anymore, and all the funny people don't want to invest their money in making those movies. That's why Adam Sandler does serious movies.
Yeah, I mean, Joey, you said it right. You look at some of the stand-up that's out there now with Shane Gillis, and he goes on podcasts and is super funny on
He
there. Matt Rife,
is.
the stand-up crowd work that he does, like it's really funny, but it's not at all something you would see in a film these days.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he slow or does he just pretend to be slow? Like I don't understand
Who?
Shane Gill. Like Shane
Oh,
Gillis,
Shane Gillis?
everything I see, he's like acting mentally challenged, but I can't tell if he is or not. Like I don't understand his comedy. I don't think he's
he's
funny.
he's making them at night for sure.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. Yeah,
So
anything.
yeah, you might not get his comedy, but he is. I think he is genuinely funny. He delivers great punchlines, great delivery on jokes. He's still better than Dane Cook ever was.
Okay. Well, let us know in the Discord what your favorite comedy
Yep.
movie is, and what your take on that is in our the Massnomics Discord.
And go ahead and watch
underrated.
try and watch this Pizza Party movie, and tell me that like they just can't get away with it. No, it's because they don't want to. This movie was awful. I was so mad watching it.
Well, what they still do make that's pretty good are podcast roundtables. Me, Carp, Man Who Parks, and Jim, and Garage Gym Experiment, and Jake. Also Chip, who's not crew, but someday might be. Probably not though. We're all on a Garage Gym Experiment podcast. First time we ever get the old gang back together in a couple years. I think we were first on that episode, first on Jake's podcast as a core group of that, probably in 2022. So to kind of bring the boys back together. We'd literally been in a group chat on Instagram for like 5 years together. So it was just been the first time in probably 2 years been able to, get the band back together for an episode. So that was really fun. That's on all your, anywhere you can find podcasts and on YouTube. So go check that out because there's 4 out of 5 of us are crew. So got good feedback from Robo and Tanner and a handful of other people that all got a chance to consume it in the last couple of days. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, last week's Massnomics episode. I'm gonna let Big Andy hit us off. What did you think of it, buddy?
I really enjoyed it. I think it's always fun when Tanner and Tommy go into something that could potentially be controversial, but I think the follow-up to it was my favorite bit with some of Tommy's most recent stuff on Instagram and how squats are now an accessory for his leg extension PRs. I thought that was great. I thought that was great, right? It's not the content in the episode, it's everything that surrounds it. That made it for me. And I had a blast listening. I really did.
What's
So
your
give
rating?
it a yep.
For sure, 5 out of 5 generic sparkling waters.
Big Jake.
I agree. I love that video showed how Tommy can be very subtle but like quick-witted and have those just quick subtle backhands about stuff. And he mixed it in so well with some of the jokes on leg extensions, and then hey, if machines are your thing, that's great and all, but you know, kind of calling somebody weak for using a machine, and then just all this stuff that he's really leaned into with not only some of the Mario Lopez stuff, but then to go along with Andy, the squats being an accessory. So definitely would be 5 out of 5 squats as an accessory for leg extensions.
Big Matt, did you get a chance to watch it? Or
Yeah,
listen?
actually, I watched it. It was one of those where I'm on the other side of the fence where I think they can be useful and they're not a distraction. I just think that the pieces that they actually have are not good. And but if that's what they're coming off of and like those different machines, I mean but it's just that different take and everything. But definitely 5 out of 5 stars.
Nice. Yeah, I got a chance to. It's always hard because like I listened to the freaking pre-show in the first half hour a week and a half ago, and then it's like got the rest of it in Monday, and I've already listened to a whole other episode since, damn near. But I do like how they'll just spend a half hour debating both sides, and then literally say the same kind of just the solid point of views on either side, and not really get to a point. So it's just like just shooting the shit. But I did understand it. Like I do kind of phone it in on the leg extensions at the end because my ass ain't doing split squats or anything, especially after squatting 400 pounds or anything like that. I'm like, fuck that noise. So I do get that, and then I feel like Tommy could talk Tanner into anything, and Tanner will kind of like say his piece, and then I don't know. It's always I just enjoy their when they do kind of have a little hard stance that might not go, with the general public's point of view there. So kind of shitting on machines while having 30 machines in his gym was pretty amusing. So yeah, 5 out of 5 Elite FTS toilet papers.
There was one moment that I particularly enjoyed, and I think it was when Tommy was talking about the guy that doesn't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care. It's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing barbell stuff. I'm doing machines. I don't care. And it reminded me of the Family Guy scene when Peter crashes his car into this rich guy's house and then he hides in the attic and just yells, "I don't care," over and over and over again, because obviously he does care, but he has to announce to the world how much he doesn't. And it's a thing I've been doing at work a lot lately. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I will say the alternative is my gym is just a barbell gym. I have zero machines. I've got dumbbells and barbells. Would I freaking love a pendulum squat? You're damn right I would. The quad pump on a pendulum squat is gorgeous. So with that, I'm going to give the episode a 5 out of 5 pendulum squats.
Nice. So it'd be like the last machine you should get. You need to just get a little lat pull down in the corner and you'll be good to go with a low row.
Yeah, but I can also do literally anything else for my lads.
Yeah, but you got
But I want the quad pump. But I want the quad pump. That's what you're not getting. My lats I can do with T-bar rows or the Viking press or any of the things that I can do. I want the pendulum
And I'm
squat.
sure if you use the pendulum squat wrong enough, you'll hit your lats, right?
Right.
Yes,
You
exactly.
definitely do some like rows and shrugs and stuff with it.
Every
Yeah.
machine is a lat machine if you're not a coward.
All right, you got some affiliates for us, Joey? Then we can get the guest. We'll get the
Sure do.
sponsor reads going and start kicking out all these looky loos.
As always, Obsidian Ammonia, Plate Snacks, code unpaid. Get your stickers. Most of you already are, so I don't know why we have to keep saying it. And Belt Fed Strength. Use those code unpaid to get your percentage off. Some of those are kickbacks to us, some of them aren't. I'm not going to tell you which ones are. Just use them because as crew, you have access.
And Big Matt, do you have anything you wanted to share about Gym Radar, our newest, our newest sponsor of the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, there's these two silly geese, Tanner and I said Tanny.
Tanner and Tammy.
Blah, 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 blah,
No, you're
blah,
not. You're
blah,
not
blah, blah.
wrong.
That
It's
is
been
their
said
names.
millions of times.
That's 1,000,000% their names. I've been calling them that for 7 years.
Tanner and Tommy, they made this thing, Gym Radar, where if you're looking for some gym equipment and you're unsure about it, hop on there, and there are literally thousands of pieces of equipment. You can check out what all these people are saying about it, and it is a brilliant idea. It's able to like crowdsource all of these different things, seeing what everyone can see all in one place, and it's just, I mean, absolutely brilliant. So if you haven't signed up for Gym Radar, get your gym on there. I still have to get mine. I need to get mine actually gym finished where it doesn't look like a disaster like it is right now. But once I fix it, I will get mine up on there. But absolutely fantastic.
Nice. Gym Radar brought to you by our friends at Massonomics. Good stuff. All right. While those looky loos out of there, we kicked everyone out. Let's see if we can get Big Matthew Porter on the phone. Big Matt, is that you, buddy?
Yep. Hey.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. It's Unpaid and Underrated, a podcast by crew for crew. So we always like to kick it off. Just introduce yourself. Just get the name. Your, anywhere they can find you on the internet, website, anything you want to plug. Just who you are. Get that out of the way.
All right, I'm Matt Porter. I'm a PE teacher. I've been doing that for over 10 years now, but because I'm a teacher, I'm poor, so I started making gym equipment, and then people started asking for it, so I started making gym equipment and selling it, and that turned into this crazy thing I have going on right now. So if you want to check out what I'm making, what I'm selling, those different things, you can check it out on Instagram at Porter_PhysEd, or you can go to PorterPEF.com and you can buy the different items there. Unfortunately, it's a lot of times sold out. It will be back in stock. This is breaking news. On tomorrow at noon, the Eclipse scripts will be back in stock with multiple colors.
Nice. Cool beans. Alrighty. So I've known you for a few years through Home Gym Con. When did you kind of first become aware of Massonomics? When did you start following them? When did you get that supporting membership? All that. Just how'd you find us and why you still here?
So I was a trainer, like a second job. I always side hustle with a teacher, and I had a client that basically was always wearing these super cool shirts and everything, and I was constantly saying "cool beans," and I'm like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And then he mentioned Massonomics, and got checked it out and like looked at everything, and then kind of fell off a little bit, got more and more into the home gym scene, and then it kind of circled back around. I'm like seeing all like more and more Massonomic stuff. And then was able to meet Tony and oh my God, if I can keep doing it.
I love it. You're gonna do it all night long, and it's okay.
All right. I met the Massonomics guys over at Home Gym Con second year, and then got to hang out with them at the Bells of Steel booth, and then recently signed up. Not a year yet as crew, but getting close to a year. But just kind of seeing how they're doing, how just like happy-go-lucky everybody is, and it's like it's always a good time. So I'm like, I'm down for that. None of the drama, none of the chaos. So I mean, I'm all for trying to like kind of build everybody up, and that seems what Massonomics is all about.
Yeah, with the exception of a few assholes that we usually show the door to, for sure. As someone that you know, you've been in the home gym game for a long time, so you're familiar with the Facebook group and the Discords and the Reddits and just how full of fucking evil, hateful scum of the earth, just commenters and just people that just want to ruin people's days just by telling them they're pieces of shit 24/7. So yeah, we don't. If you see that 9 times out of 10, it's like two best friends busting each other's balls. It's obvious, like it's not real hate. It's because that would get squashed out. So yeah, our it's been a great community. I'm glad that you've finally took the plunge to go that extra step because everyone can listen to the podcast and watch some of the videos, but like if you really want to just like add potentially 800 new friends to your Rolodex, say it's just cost you $3 a month. That ain't that hard. It's a it's a very cool place to be.
Oh, absolutely.
And with this, that's the goal with this podcast too, is to, I'm assuming you're going to be at Home Gym Con again this year. So I want to say that there's, you might be a little optimistic, but there's legitimately going to be 100 supported members probably at Home Gym Con. And if you can sell something to 5 of those guys by being on this episode, it kind of paid for itself. And then they're going to be more comfortable talking to you. You'd be like, out of those 100, maybe half of them listen to this episode if we Joey and I did our job right, and that's just 50 people that have heard you tell your story that might not have caught it on somebody else's podcast in the past. So because we are a lot of home gym nerds here, but not to like the extent not all of them like will listen to the garage gym radio for the most part. So this is kind of going to get you some exposure that you might not have otherwise had. So that's I'm just glad to get you on.
I appreciate having me on.
Yes, sir. Well, you touched on it in as far as Florida. So is that where you've always been, or is Florida? Well, I mean, assuming it is, if you've never seen the snow.
I'm Florida, like born and bred. I'm literally the kind of the Central Florida, right in the middle. Where I grew up, there was more cows than people, and then ended up going to USF just so I kind of settling in just outside of Tampa, and been here ever since. I mean, this is 13 years in Tampa now.
Oh, nice. Is that was Dante Culpepper from there, or is that the other? I know there's 2 different Florida.
That's UCF. That's
Okay, that's what I thought. Because one of our other Big Jeff is a big fan of the other. I think he's a fan of the other one. So I was like, which one is? Yeah, because there's University. Yeah, I know there's 2 that have similar acronyms.
Yeah, I just told him I was always a FSU fan growing up, but I'm dyslexic, so I'm like I just got confused. I went to USF instead. I went to the wrong school.
That's. What do you got, Joey?
So you haven't been around that long, about a year, you said.
Mm-hmm.
What is the one piece of Massonomics merch that you missed out on?
Oh, I mean, there's quite a few. What's the one the Ronnie Coleman's like the riff on that one? Like
Yeah Buddy Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah Buddy Lightweight.
Yeah, I wanted to snag one of those and was not able to.
Damn.
Because it was gone.
Yeah, they had to quit selling those, and occasionally they'll pop up live in person, but it's been a couple years, I think.
Next question. What's your Hall of Fame status? Including today.
Including today. I am at I gotta keep working on it. I'm only at 4. I will get that up a little higher once Home Gym Con doesn't retroactively count, and I've been there.
Well, it's official going forward, so I mean,
so
count it this summer.
I will have it when I'll be there. So
yeah, I don't know. I think we talked. I think I did the breaking news last week that is. Yeah. So that is kind of cool for a lot of people that are gonna potentially not make it to the Arnold, but can enjoy Home Gym Con a little more because I think most people would.
Yeah, the Arnold that's too many people. I can't do that. However, home gym con last year was I was swamped. Like the
Yeah,
amount of people that were just like at my booth and everything. I just like was talking, talking, talking. I ended up losing my voice for the first day, and I'm like, I'm how am I gonna make it to the second day? And then my business partner and my buddy that came over, I mean, I know all the minutia about the stuff I make and like why I do every specific little detail and everything, where they don't know those things, and people are asking like, why did you like this? And they're like, I don't know. And I had to have to step in like, oh, it's like this because of this, and kind of trying to kind of. 'Cause I am very like meticulous on everything that I make. Because if it's something that I think somebody already has it like has dialed in the product or has the thing already exists, like what's the like I don't have any interest in like doing anything with that.
Mhm. Is that like 30 Eclipse grips behind your head?
Yeah, no, it's more than that.
Oh, damn, that's good stuff.
They all need to go too. These are all majority of them are purchased.
Okay.
So they need to be I need to assemble and pack them up. That's all. That's a weekend project. There's a handful of I can tilt it up. A handful of
Oh
colors up
yeah, there we
there.
go.
Um, Down below there's some rev bar parts I need. That's right here somewhere in there. Those are some rev bar handles. I have some new stuff that's over in the corner over there. 4 or 5 different new products that hopefully will be all debuting at Home Gym Con.
Ooh, nice. So, I mean, since we're already on the topic, let's dive into the business then and your equipment. It might not necessarily fit the flow, but I mean, we're here. So, how long ago did you? I know you've been bootstrapping this for a long time, but when was like year one, or when did you kick that off?
Officially, it was 2023. I started like um, well, it's gonna get into a little bit of a darker story. Um,
Wherever you
my
want to take it,
um,
brother.
my mom ended up having a stroke, and then it's like a little bit more of like therapy. Like I used some of my spare time to learn to weld,
Hmm.
just because it was like a very monotonous, like rhythmic thing to do. So learned to weld, borrowed my brother's welder, and I told him I would borrow for 2 weeks, and I kept it for 8 months. But that's fine. Yeah, I was able to learn and everything. But then started to make equipment and kind of build off of things I had because as a teacher, you don't have the money to buy what you want to buy. Was able to snag a belt of steel cable plate loaded tower and then kind of built a lap pull down attachment that goes off the top of it and put that on the internet. And then that blew up, and I had probably over 50 people asking me if they could purchase the piece. Um, didn't really know what to do with that. And then right when that was happening, I had a trip that I was going to Ireland and Scotland. And then it was with my one of my best friends from high school, and wanted to start a business, and I was telling him like what was going on, and he was like, "Hey, I'll help you do it, and I'll do the finance, help me do with the finance portion, help you get everything started." And I took the plunge, started selling stuff. It was all like Venmo, like that stuff at the beginning, because I'm like, I don't know how many things are gonna be here.
Well, yeah, no
Um,
point is setting up all that account shit if you're only gonna, sell a couple grand worth of stuff or something.
Yeah, if it's
Not.
only going to be a handful, I'm like, what's the point? It was not a handful. It was
Well,
hundreds
50,
and hundreds.
that's wild.
Yeah, this I think for the Bells Tower, like I don't know if I'm at 1,000 units total for the Bells Tower over that time, but it's I know it's over 500. It's like between like probably 750, something like that. It's up there. I mean, the Eclipse Group's like that's gone absolutely insane.
Yeah, because you started
Um,
out like your first, you basically your whole product line was building stuff around the Bells of Steel Tower, and then you've morphed later down the road. But yeah, sorry, I just for anyone that's not familiar. But yeah, I like the chronological story. Hmm.
Yeah, just I mean, kept working on the stuff with the Bells Tower, making more stuff with it. Keep putting stuff out that. Bells approached me and they were like, "Hey, we want to work with you." They ended up giving me gave me much more equipment. We had a like a basically a deal in place where they were going to start making the pieces, and that still hasn't happened yet. I
Oh
don't
damn,
know,
that's wild.
but
What the fuck is
I don't know what's happening, but I was told that it's
what's
still in the
K-Bone
work.
doing?
I was told it was still in the work.
Well, they've also switched the tower around too. Isn't the tower like it's not necessarily obsolete, but haven't they come up with a new tower with different dimensions?
Yeah, they have multiple options now, like a
Okay,
bigger option. But this stuff was supposed to be like,
this was like 3 years ago.
yeah, this stuff should have been done like done and gone. But this stuff also could be like just beefed up and put on the bigger tower. It
Gotcha.
still will work. I mean, it may need some modifications and everything, but it will. Most of them will still work.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that was kind of that part of it. And then I have some different injuries that I've been working around and been wanting. Like I've been basically wanted a specific piece, um, specifically for like hammer curls.
Hmm.
And then I don't know if you can see on the video there, like I have this like hook for a pinky that does not work. My hand does it will not close, and I also broke my wrist. It was a pretty nasty football injury back in high school, but
It's gonna
because of
be
that,
fun holding the welding gun too.
yeah, I have to make sure it doesn't get in the way and get burned
Yeah.
or get caught on something. It's good, really good for opening doors, like holding the groceries. It's just it's a nice little hook. I can just like, yeah, I got it. It doesn't bend, so it's like whatever. Um, but yeah, they ended up making the Eclipse grip, and that got out there, and it
Can
started
you
out.
give a visual aid? So there will be listeners that have no clue what that is. So like no, sorry, not the visual. Like describe it because there's people. This is an audio only podcast. Sorry. So
Okay,
just describe in a minute or so. Like what do you mean by the Eclipse grip?
yeah, so it is a short kind of ISO handle that is fully machined out of aluminum that has a leather pad that will form your hand at the base. And then it will has a 360-degree swivel at the top. So you are able to rotate your hand and have like basically freedom of movement. So you don't have to go straight down. You can actually like tilt it because it is so short. You reduce that leverage. So a lot of the issue I was having with the stuff that was out there is they were all longer. And because I had a grip issue, I also need the base as well. So I added the base, reduced the length of the piece, just so it would kind of work around the injuries that I was dealing with. Because I'm trying to um, lately I've been leaning more into like bodybuilding type stuff. So I'm trying to maximize as much hypertrophy as possible. So like I'm trying to get things stable. And kind of that's what I came up with, and it's still pretty good in the beginning, and then it just kept picking up steam, and then at this point, I I put them in stock, and then they're gone in like a day.
Not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how many to order because I order more, and it's still it's the same. But I also it's only really me that's doing all the assembly and everything,
Hmm.
so I'm not able.
Are you working with like a semi-local place that kind of does all the machining, and you just get like individual parts and piece it together, or what are you actually building in-house currently, as
So
opposed
I'm
to
doing
assembling?
So the right now for the Eclipse grips, I'm just doing assembling, and I'm doing all the leather work for the
Mm.
Eclipse grips, and then some of the other pieces I'm doing the steel work. But I work with a machinist, and then they send it to a specific anodizer. This anodizer actually works with SpaceX as far as
Oh, that's cool.
like an aerospace
Hmm.
place. But that also it makes where quality of the anodization is usually like really high. You don't have any like defects or issues, but your lead times also go like through the roof because it just takes longer for them to like dial in all those multi-step processes and everything. Um, but just got that going, and it's been like insane. Cannot keep up. And I'm still full-time teacher and
Yeah.
doing
This is you. Just we're doing full-time summer, and then like whatever you can in the nights and weekends.
yeah. I mean, I if you order something for me, and if it takes a like my lead times are not too terrible, but it is it's not going to be like you make an order and it's going to be like Amazon. You get it, you can see the shipping and everything. It's going to be a week or two before it's going to be shipped out. And then certain pieces where it's like, I actually have something that's going to Big Carp. He's got the very first unit of this piece. It's called the V Wing. It's like just a V
Oh,
bar,
I
like a
remember when he
different.
won that. Yeah.
Yep, that is done, and it will be going out this weekend. But that was one like it takes a while. I also um, was a little slow on getting everything finished, and then I went on a trip and I was gone for about a month, so that didn't help anything as far as like yeah, getting everything finished. But that was a mad dash to try to get all the orders out that I had like that were right before that, like of just the regular stuff, getting all that gone. But
What would you
it's
need to
been
be happening to potentially give up the teaching job, or are you too committed to that at this point with like benefits and insurance to risk, losing that?
it would need to be like I mean, I mean, it's one of those like I've been doing it for so long. I really enjoy doing
Hmm.
that. I mean, it's a more of a passion. Like that's like what I want to do. This is like it's like two passion projects at the same time, basically,
Gotcha.
and just trying to like manage these two. The ideal thing would be kind of have a company like license the product so I can
Hmm.
like work more into the like the R&D aspect of it,
Yep.
making the new
Yep.
stuff because that's what I like to do. Um, like putting hundreds and hundreds of clip scripts in boxes or like assembling rev bar, all that stuff. It's like if I'm doing that and that's my free time, like you're
You don't
never
have
gonna
time.
see a new thing from me ever again.
Yeah. Without like, has there been any like you don't have to say any like has there been talks of any of that happening, or are you just trying to fight people from trying to steal your ideas in general and not necessarily having opportunity for partnerships?
There's been a few different companies approach me. A few of them have been like they want to do like drop shipping,
So you still
but
got
for
to do
me,
it.
yeah, but for me, like drop shipping doesn't make sense at all because I don't have an issue getting the product sold. I
Yeah.
can't make enough as it is anyway. Um, I need I need I guess like someone to make it and everything. But there's some like talks and like progress right now, and hopefully like that materializes into something a little bit more. But we'll
Yeah,
see
that could be
how that
awesome.
goes.
It'd be really cool. That would be cool. And then so you got I remember the Red Bar came out last year. That was your big thing. And then you got the new tricep bar this year. And you got some more stuff here. So you said there's a handful of products at Home Gym Con coming this year. So, be on the lookout for you're gonna have a decent sized booth this year. That I think every year your booth's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, and or at least more things you have to talk about.
Yeah, it's just gonna be more. It's still relative. It's still smaller. I mean, I am. There is something in the works with belt fed strength, and they're the booth like directly next to me. So there might be a little spillover of like we have a shared product between us.
Nice.
And then I'm also right next to WM Fab, and then the Tri Fighter, which is like a hammer, like a can link together hammer curl row bar.
Okay.
That one is also a partnership between us, and he's right next to me too. So it's like we're like a little trio of like linked products, and I'm like the linkage that links us
Wow.
together.
That is very cool. That's very cool.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, yeah, usually we'll kind of consider that your occupation topic for the day. Well, I mean, because we do like the podcast to kind of get to know, I wanted you to have this platform to explain your business to try to get more eyes on your products and everything. But this is the Matthew Porter episode, not the Porter Phys Ed episode. So we'll probably pivot a little bit here. We'll circle back to anything that's if anything comes to you that's like, oh, I really want to talk about this about my company, we'll get back to it. But just for the sake of us not talking about your company for 2 hours and then missing out on anything. You specific, we'll probably move on. So you're relatively new, so you probably don't know. Do you know your sporting membership number? It's probably something in the 700s, then, isn't it?
I do not. I was looking for it in
Oh
my
yeah, you
paper.
wouldn't have known, yeah, because if you didn't get, did you get one of the cards, like the like the fake credit card that had your number on it? I think that the most recent one was 2 years ago, so probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so then we'll assume you're somewhere 700, thereabouts, at least not high sixes. So
Yeah, that makes me feel
okay,
good though. I didn't lose something because that's
yeah.
usually happens is like because just how there's just so much chaos going on. I'm like, I definitely lost it. I was so excited that I still had my achievement list. I'm like, yes,
That's
I
good
didn't
stuff.
lose this.
So we know you're not on gym radar yet, but do you have a CTF? Do you get the gym certified at least?
Yes,
Nice. And what's it just under Porter Phys Ed?
yeah, just Porter PhysEd gym. There's
Good,
no
good,
pictures or
good.
anything because it's hard with my gym because it's like it's a revolving door of
Hmm.
like equipment because I'm not a reviewer, but like companies send me stuff in hopes that I make something for their thing.
Oh. Like
So
bigger, like Rep, Fringe, Rogue, or like smaller guys.
Fringe, Bells,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
RipFit sends me stuff.
That's pretty cool.
I'll do like some of the smaller guys I'll do product trades with if I have an idea to kind of how like I can link something together. I actually have a project that I'm working on. Hopefully I'll have it done this weekend, which is linking a dial motion Ibex to a Voltra so I can pair iron weight to a Voltra and make it a single tower where the weight capacity for my lat pull down and belt squats could be theoretically 500 pounds with all of the crazy like features of the Voltra without having to kill the Voltra's motor or doing the
Oh,
pulley trick to
by double. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I see. Yeah, because you can double up the vulture, but then you're probably like voiding the warranty or at least like ripping the cord much
Yeah,
more
it's
prematurely.
Yeah, and it's a if it's also you don't know what the like depending on where you link it, it's never going to be that like 2 to 1. So like
Mm.
it'll vary too. So like tracking those numbers for like my brain, I'm like I don't like it. I want to like at least have an idea of like where I'm lifting and like what it is and everything.
Gotcha. So you got a handful of people to fill out the questionnaire. How did you go about that, explaining what unpaid and underrated is and why they need to fill out this questionnaire for you?
I did not. I just sent it, said do it.
Oh, there you go. That works. That's easy. All right. So our first game of the night, it's called Least Fun, Most Fun. I'm going to give you a single topic, and I just need you to kind of go through and tell me the least fun thing about it, as well as the most fun thing about it. Kind of elaborate it a little or as much as you want, but it's just a funny little game we play here. So, least fun, most fun. I was going to go owning a small business, but we kind of talked about a lot of that. So let's just go with let's go with teaching. So, least fun, most fun, having a career as a teacher.
I
And
mean,
specifically, so you are a phys ed teacher, obviously, by the name, right? So it's
I
not.
mean, I get to play all day. I mean, that's the most fun thing. I feel like whatever. Like I get to play sports all day. I love doing sports and everything, but the the least fun about that is the dealing with like irate parents. I actually had to go to a bus stop 2 days ago where the this person threatened to beat up the bus driver. So I had to go ride the bus to
Like a
ha
parent.
basically, yeah, the
Jesus.
parent threatened to beat up the bus driver. So me and the resource officer rode the bus to the bus stop to like allow these kids to get off at this stop to make sure the parent did not like get on the bus and try to like beat up the.
You specifically because you're like an athletic male, or because like it was a student that you were more familiar with or something?
I'm the one that ends up having to do like all these different things, and I'm just
You get the grunt work.
I'm the go-to.
I guess there's worse.
Oh, you froze.
Yep, you froze. You're back now, though.
All right, cool.
Good deal. That was least fun, most fun. I like it.
All right, so I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Let's just say you're going for a big lift, and you've got one person that you can pick to slap you on the back and hype you up. They can be living, alive, or fictional. Living, alive, or fictional. Living, dead, or fictional.
I was wondering where you're going with
God, I told you I'm tired.
that.
Who's that person you're picking?
Oh, you got to go Arnold, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
popular answer.
it's so hard to beat that. I mean, if I couldn't pick Arnold, um, I'd probably go like my brother.
All right. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Did occupation. Tell us about your lifting history, because it looks like you've been doing it a very long time in different variations.
Yeah, so kind of started out just so kind of circling back to more of a more just history of me with my both my parents, my grandparents all were diabetic, super overweight. Like I'm growing up, I'm like I'm gonna do the opposite of that. So got into like a lot more running and a lot more like calisthenics in the beginning. I didn't put this on the questionnaire, but I was actually on the USF triathlon team in college, and then
Cool.
out of college, it was like I don't want to be weak anymore. Found starting strength, started doing more of like the big three and doing I could do my fives, my 5x5, my 3x5s, and getting all that in, and then competed in a powerlifting meet, and then I'm doing the same thing over and over again, I get pretty bored. So kind of dip my toe into strongman, competed in my first strongman competition just a couple years ago.
Oh, nice.
So I've done powerlifting, strongman, and now I've built up quite a few different injuries because I'm not very good at listening to my body, and I just want to do what I want to do. And sometimes my body says no, and so now I'm pivoting, doing so kind of like leaning more into the bodybuilding side of things now. Not going to compete at bodybuilding though, I don't think. It's just going to be more of just a focus on hypertrophy.
How old are you, Matt?
36.
Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes. We're like, oh, this
I
guy's
gotta, yeah, I got,
29, 43. Like, I don't know. Like, not you specifically, but like
no, I got a baby.
our gauntlet of guests. Like, we've had like 60-year-olds and fucking like 18-year-olds probably. So it's all over everything. Well,
13-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah, if I shave my beard, you'd be like, yeah, you're 12? What's going on?
What's shaving? It's been so long. Do people still do that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even shave. I just use a trimmer. I'm like, I was like, that's too much work to actually pull out a straight razor.
What's mithril?
Oh, I mean, that is the absolute best chainmail you can get from what is the mountain? Uh, uh, from Erebor. And it is absolutely the best. If you have to go and dispose of the One Ring to Mount Doom, if you go over and you get stabbed by a troll, you will survive and you will still make it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Somebody put that in there to get me. All right. We will get to some of that stuff. I've been adding little magoos over and over again. Keith, anything jumping out to you there, buddy?
Strong. Like, when had you enjoy? So strongman just didn't really. It was mainly the injuries that kind of pulled you out of strongman. If you had to pick powerlift, if you weren't injured and you could do powerlifting or strongman, what would your preference be?
Strongman.
Yeah.
I still will throw in a couple different things, like doing like sandbag carries, like sandbag to shoulder, all that type of stuff. That's way more enjoyable. Farmers carries, things like that. I'm like, it's just I like being a little bit more athletic. Whereas like powerlifting, I'm like, you just stand there or you lay down. Like, it's fun, but it's like it's a lot more dynamic. But the injuries are the thing. It's like it pulled me away from that more and more, and that I'm absolutely horrible at overhead press. I have extremely long arms, so bench press and overhead press are not my jam.
So as a fabricator, or would you consider yourself a fabricator? I mean, the terminology fits. I mean, you did weld all the initial stuff. You might,
Yeah, I still make. I mean, I still weld different products and
okay.
everything. It's like I'm a hybrid, I guess. I wouldn't say like I'm not like Dean or something like that, but like all the initial prototypes, I'm making everything. I do like will machine and actually like make the stuff and sell the different things, but it's not. It's
So what
like
kind
an
of
in-betweener.
So what kind of cool shit do you have or that you've made solely for yourself that just isn't really realistic to mass produce or anything? Like did you make like a badass Husafeld or like some farmer handles when you were doing strong? Like did you make cool shit when you were into these different I guess strongman specifically that I couldn't just go in my basement and make?
I mean, I made farmers handles. I actually use a um basically this. It's not a railroad tie, but it's basically like this like two I-beams
Mm-hmm.
and basically welded horns on the I beams and put handles on the I-beams just so I could like have farmers handles. I've made different they most of the events or the different things I've done for strongman have been like standard stuff or like it's a yoke things like that. It was things I had at the time, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to like do a lot of stuff. I have modified the equipment where I'm like sometimes like you are using and I'm like, why can't this piece instead of having to like put the yoke like slide it down, like why can't it be like Jacobs where I can just like place it in place and put the hitch pin on it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
So I've like chopped up my yoke and I like drilled holes and
That's pretty cool.
yeah, fixed the whole. I'm like, I want it to be this way. Like this annoys me.
But then you specifically said stuff you used to own, so you don't own that yoke anymore. So you sold a modified yoke on Marketplace. I don't know that I have the balls to do that because like I'd be like, I'd have to like sign a waiver that when if this breaks on you and
Oh, no, it's fine. I mean, it's if I mean the way it was, I modified everything. It wasn't gonna break. I mean,
gotcha,
I've
gotcha.
sold multiple modified pieces of equipment. I mean, there's not my I think my entire gym, like, there's nothing in here that's like not have if it's made of steel, I haven't done something to it.
How long have you had the home? Like this, have you so obviously being a lifter for 20 some years or whatever, and how long have you been a homeowner and had a home gym?
So I ended up living with my buddy. He ended up like having a nasty divorce, but he ended up like was like had this big house and everything, and he was like, yeah, I have a spare room, and I ended up moving in, stayed there for a year. But he had a home gym, so I ended up using it more than he did. But that was back in 2017. Oh, sorry. Yeah, was that? Yeah, 2017. So that's kind of the start of it. But I always had like small like home gym, like a crappy like bench, and that I've always had some stuff. But
Hmm.
that was like the first like we had a power rack. We had like a not a like a screw on like sleeve barbell.
Yeah, yeah.
And then was there for a year, and then when we bought a house, I told my wife, it's like the garage. I'm like, the garage is mine, and I'm sorry, but I'm taking the garage and the I basically decked it. I got a whole bunch of Facebook Marketplace finds, put everything in there, and then started slowly like building and building. Um, and then when we get bought our second house, um, I actually looked at the house, and this house, the garage got converted to a spare bedroom, so there's an AC unit um actually like built into it. And the only bad thing about this house is for the garage is the floor actually had they tiled the floor.
Oh,
Mm.
Um, so and they tiled the walls too, like up like 2 feet. So it was like
Hmm.
a 2 feet section up off the
That's
wall.
that's horrible for a fucking gym.
Yeah,
it's
so
it's horrible for a bedroom.
Oh
yeah,
my
What are
God.
you doing in a bedroom that needs a splashback?
yeah.
I guess.
So
Oh yeah, okay,
yeah, I
yeah.
removed the stuff off the wall. And then and then the floor, I was like, well, that's just like something between the that and the concrete below. So I'm just gonna put horse stall mats right on top of it and hope for the best. I was like, it's hidden now.
Have you checked on it since?
Yeah, I did used to have a platform. And then I thought it was gonna like I thought the platform was like necessary to make sure I didn't like break anything. Because I had at my peak as far as like deadlifts, like I got pretty strong. I was able to lift 585 for a deadlift.
Mm.
So like I was pretty concerned that it was like I was gonna break the floor. And then I just said screw it one day. I was like, if it breaks, then that'll at least give me a starting point to remove all the tile.
Hmm.
And then that was kind of when the injuries kind of popped up a little bit, but still I've deadlifted over 500 pounds on just the single layer of the horse stall mats, and there hasn't been any cracking or anything on the floor. Like I have I don't have those pieces taped where I deadlift, so I can kind of peel up that section to check on it every now and again. And it's fine. I mean, it's annoying that it's even there still every time I pull it up, and it's also like a pinkish palish color. So it's like it looks awful too.
Yeah, my bathroom's pink tile, and I'm just like, I don't have the money or the time to deal with it yet. And one of these
The,
days, we won't have a '70s pink bathroom, but
oh,
until then, we do.
the jackhammer thing you have to get to like remove the tile to is like horrible. Um, like I did demo like going through college, or like a like construction demo, and we had to do some stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I did the least amount that I had to do to get the gym like usable, and I was like, that's it, I'm done.
And the gym and the shop are the same, or is the shop somewhere else?
I have a like a there's a shed in this house that we're in now. There's a basically a 10 by 20 shed in the backyard that has like power to it. So that's kind of what the little shop in the backyard
That's where
is.
you're at now.
Yep.
Oh dang. Do you have AC? Do you have a mini split out there? Oh
Nope.
God, so you literally are in a sweat box putting
Yep.
products. Fuck that. You don't have a window AC. You have nothing. You have nothing for
Nope.
air.
Nope. Remember, I'm Florida born and bred, so
Okay, so
this is
it doesn't hurt. It doesn't. You're
I'm
okay with.
adapted. I was actually talking to at home gym con. It was I was with Nice like Mike, and we were like
Mhm.
kind of like just walking around. It was the little bit later on. He was complaining how humid it was, and I'm like, oh, it feels great. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I'm just going like I'm comparing it to like what I've been dealing with, like the
Yeah,
humidity
yeah.
here, and I'm like, oh, you have no clue. Uh,
Yeah, I remember like, a
yeah,
couple of those outdoor events in Indiana were pretty hot. I think the stable one. I don't remember if you were there at that one, but damn, I always remember being just sweating profusely and like having to more smartly pick my attire. Like don't wear a heavy cotton t-shirt on those days. Those are the days you wear the athletic fitting stuff that is a little more breathable.
yeah. I think I'm one of the few people that's like, if it's hot, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I'll find myself, I'll leave, and it'll be like 3 o'clock, and Florida, like I'll crack my window down. But I have AC in my truck. I'm like, I don't even turn it on. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, why am I doing this? And then I'll like drive halfway through it. I'm like, oh, I forgot to turn the AC on.
Funny.
But it's like if it gets cold, if you get it where it's like 60 degrees, I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm out. I hate the cold.
It's funny. Well, we touched base on Home Gym Con a little bit. You've been there all four. Has it been 4 years?
No,
This will this
I
this
miss
will.
I missed the
Oh,
first year.
you weren't there the first. Okay. Oh,
No,
so
I was
it was the first year that you were there, like with Bells of Steel. That I remember that year. You told me the story of how they lost all your shit, and you had to literally make it last minute.
yeah, I
It's
was
almost a funny story, but it's not. But you could if you want to. I don't know if you want to tell
yeah,
that story again. Feel
that
free.
yeah, it still hurts.
I imagine.
No, it was like the week before. They had prototypes that they were going to share, and I shipped it to them to Indiana, and they thought it was like a return, like somebody like sending a return, but like it wasn't a return, and they dispose of those like some of those things, and they no one like let them know what was going on with those pieces. Like there was just a disconnect between Kayvon and I guess Andrew over there.
The Windy City Barbell, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it
don't
the?
know. It just those parts disappeared, and then I get a message from Kayvon's like, "Hey, did you ship those pieces?" And I was like, "Yeah, like over 2 weeks ago." And we kind of came up with a plan, and he actually like I was gonna do all the travel on my own, but because I was gonna fly, I had to cancel my flights, and then basically spend the night. This was like 4 days, 3 days before like actually having to like leave
Hmm.
to go over there. So, and this is still like the work week for me. So, like, it's not like I can spend the entire day like doing all that stuff. So, I'm like staying up till like 2 o'clock in the morning on multiple days, like getting all these different prototypes finished, welding everything up, and then I have to drive from Florida. All drive. I did break up the drive, so it ended up making it a little longer. I went to my business partner, my buddy. He lives in North Carolina, so kind of did a little like pit stop, and basically slept there, and then woke up super early in the morning, and he rode with me the rest of the way there to get to home gym con. But it
Yeah.
was I mean, down to the wire.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that in person. I was like, that sounds like the most horrible week of my life. Like I'd be so miserable. And then
Oh,
obviously,
I was a zombie.
yeah.
Absolute like just done.
But but seeing it in French Lick and now seeing it in Louisville, sell the listeners on Home Gym Con and Code Unpaid on those tickets.
Yeah, I mean, French Lick was so like super small and like homey. Like it was such a I don't like the right word to like use for, but like it was just so down to earth type thing. And then that change from going from French Lick to Louisville, and I also was a different perspective. So like I didn't I was a part of the Bells booth, but I wasn't a vendor.
Hmm.
And then I was able to like go around and check out other people's stuff, and and kind of see what other people was doing. And then whenever I got to Louisville, um, and then that was right when the Eclipse scripts were like popping off a little bit. So like I was stuck at my booth. So like I barely got to see anything. Like it was, I mean, it was great. Like being able to talk to everyone and kind of after hours and seeing everyone, and actually like getting to kind of all the people, all your home gym friends online. You actually get to see them in person. That's always cool. But just the amount of like not prepared I was. Even just like not bringing enough stuff. Like I brought 125 units. Uh and I sold 123, and the only reason I didn't sell the last two is because they fell underneath my table and got pushed back behind something.
That's
And
wild.
I ended up finding those when we were like cleaning up. I'm like, there's two purple Eclipse scripts that are just still sitting here. Whoops.
That's wild. That's a lot of product to move for. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's really cool. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
it's like selling
it
like literally sold like 50 a day.
yeah, it's one of the it's I think for an event like that, the size of the product,
Yeah,
it
it's
just
very good for the carry on for everyone that flew.
yeah, it's light. They're a little, just a tiny bit over a pound each. So it's not like they're gonna add a bunch to your luggage and everything. You can squeeze them in. I mean, it's not like you're gonna try to bring a four-post rack and then watch the people that brought racks home, like that like debacle.
Yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
mean, at the end too, like I was so tired, like I gave away half my booth, and some of it was like my personal rack, and I'm like, I'll just buy a new one. I don't care.
Just to not have to carry it home.
Yeah, I gave it to Will from WM Fab, uh, and he didn't have a rack at all. And I'm like, dude, can use this, like it's your if you can take it home, it's yours. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to put it in my truck. I don't want to do anything. I was like, the year
Have
before,
you?
I loaded up everything in my truck, as much stuff I could bring home, I brought home. This year, I was like, just take it all. I don't
Oh,
want it.
yeah, yeah. Do you have your booth planned out in your head already of what you're bringing and kind of product and numbers and quantities and your whatever rack you're going to use as a display rack, any of that?
Yeah, I'm hoping this thing I'm working on with the Dial Motion, the Vultra piece thing, will be like easy enough to tear down. And I have some ideas of like I have a specific piece I'm making that'll kind of make it where if you're using it, you can't tip it over. Like it would be impossible because you'd actually be standing on part of the platform because it's gonna have like a flat plate in the front. Just so the main thing that is like if you do belt squats off of it, you won't lift the rack because you're actually the plate on the bottom is welded to it. But I want to actually bring that piece. If I can break that down, this should be a lot smaller than anything I brought before. I can bring a couple tables so I can have more to kind of display of like all the different cable attachments on the tables, and then underneath the table will be just as many as I can bring and fit. But it will kind of just be the hard thing is like this the timing of everything of like how much product I'll have. I definitely have samples and I'll have some stuff there, but like the amount of product that I'll bring will kind of just depend if stuff gets done in time. We'll see how it
Hmm.
works.
Feel that. Got a couple more little stories or so I'll pitch you, and then we can maybe start playing some games. Um, I'm pretty sure this came from a Big Chris, Belt Fed. So I'll just paraphrase. He basically says he once injured his thumb attempting to steal our patented splatter paint methodology.
Okay. It wasn't my thumb, it was my pointer finger, my index finger.
Not the
And
pinky we already talked about earlier in
no,
this
no, it was a
podcast.
different, it's same hand,
Different. Oh wow.
same hand. Yeah, I didn't realize the because I don't really upcharge to do like the custom splatter paint. It's a couple bucks. Um, but the amount of orders I had to do of the little leather pads with the splatter paint on them. I worked with Chris to develop the leather pads for the Eclipse grip. That was actually from the beginning. Before they even released, the leather pads were like a part of the project.
Hmm.
It was just like how can they be implemented where like they actually will be something that will like long lasting and form to your hand. Because the whole thing is like I want it to be you got the piece and it became a part of your like became a they became your attachment, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it fit your hand specifically, and someone else used it. It might not feel the same.
Yeah. But the he was showing me the splatter paint, the paint he was using, and we put our entire like run that we just got in stock, and I put I had it where the leather, like if it was out of stock, it would just keep selling. It would just go into negative numbers because I just bought more leather, and it was, I think it was like over 250 people wanted like the custom splatter paint. So I have this like I'm going to show you. There's like a piece of cardboard that has like paint splatter everywhere on it, but you lay them down and you put a glove on and you basically dip your fingers in the paint and you just flick. But I was flicking over and over and over and over and over again, like so much that I sprained my finger.
Jesus.
That sounds
Flicking,
miserable.
flicking paint, but that I sprained it about after I did like 170. So I still have a lot to do. So then I'm trying to use my left hand, doing my left hand off the side, like trying to figure out that. Then I hurt my left hand too. And then eventually I was like not flicking, I was like flapping my hand to like make it to
You could
make the
literally
splatter.
probably like bought like a fake rubber hand that does the same damn thing or
Or
something that
just a
replicates it.
brush. Just a
Well,
brush that you can flick.
well, the brush gets it's because there are
Probably goes
like a lot of
everywhere.
pairs. The brush, it's they're finer, so it doesn't look the same.
Mm.
So I didn't want to do a transition of like this is what the person bought. They want it to look like this. And I don't get upset when I'm gonna say anything to the company like that. But it's one of those like I know that if it's not the way it looked on the thing, I'm not gonna be happy with
Mm.
it. So like I'm trying to like if you saw the picture, this is what it's supposed to look like. That's my whole goal is like that's what I want you to get. It also like I'm this is also a time crunch too. Like I had a weekend to do it because the next week, after I got everything shipped, the next week me and my business partner and and both of our wives, we're all flying to New Zealand, and we're gonna be gone. So like, it had to get done. I'm like, it's like my hand will be fine. Like I'll the time when I'm on the vacation, it'll heal. But it was a interesting time to get that. I never would have thought that would have hurt my finger flicking paint on it to like a little like leather donut.
That's really funny. That is. Yeah, and I remember Chris initially was making that like we're supplying the leather for you, right? But now is he still supplying
So
it or have you got it sourced somewhere else?
So Chris actually never supplied the leather.
Oh, okay, okay.
He gave me a bunch of like like swatches to do, like of
Hmm.
different leather styles and like
Okay.
leather
To pick what you wanted to
thicknesses.
order. Okay.
Yeah, leather
That's smart.
thicknesses, leather different like chrome tan versus veg tan, all those different minutia.
Hmm.
Basically sent all that to me and I'm like going back and forth and we're on the phone like trying to figure out this and
I could see you
um
OCDing over that for a while to pick the right one.
well, that was also like why when the Eclipse Script launched initially, because like we got the run like the run finished and everything. It's like now I'm sitting on this like large sum of money that has been put out, and then I'm like, these have to sell. Luckily, the leather is an upgradable piece, so if anyone bought like an original Eclipse Script, they can buy leather now, and it will just go right on the same one they
Gotcha.
bought.
Mm. Smart.
All right. One other story I saw that made me chuckle. So it seems like you're really hard to get upset. That it takes a lot of work to get you mad. So is there a story you want to tell, start to finish, of how your wife and one of your buddies def, def, devised no, God damn it, what is that?
Devised.
Devised.
Devised a way to get you upset so your wife could see you mad before actually getting married to you. Because that's how it's worded, and I just think that's hysterical.
Yeah, so they so my wife when I moved into my buddy like we ended up living in the same house and without me knowing they came up with a plan. We've already engaged, like we have a couple months before the wedding, and they were talking and she had told my buddy that um she had never seen me mad, like really like upset about anything. Um and they devised a plan over the next couple months to try to get me mad and try to get me angry. And and I'm like, why? For months, I'm like, why are they all just being like dicks all the time? Like they're just being like assholes constantly. And I don't. The one thing I don't like is like if people like are yelling and like things like that while I'm driving. I usually don't get super angry about it. I'm just like it annoys me. But they started like screaming in the car, and I end up like It was my wife and my buddy in the car. I ended up turning him, and I was like, "Shut the F up!" and like screamed at him. And then I immediately turned to my wife. It's like, "I'm not mad at you. I'm only mad at him."
That's really
But it was months of them like trying to get me angry, and they almost had like given up. And I'm like, I'm just there like just go with the flow. I'm like, it's whatever. I mean, try to just enjoy life the best I can. But yeah, that was did not know that was happening and until like a week after that happened too, because they all were like tiptoeing around me for like the next day because of like I never scream around them, and they were just like, "We did it." I went, "No, but now what do we do?"
nice. Anything else you see, Joey, before we get into some games?
Nah,
All right.
I am
So
ready to go.
I feel you. Big Matt. It's you. I call you Matt, but you're Matthew on all your things. Do you not like to be called Matt, or you don't care? Or, I feel bad if I call you the wrong name.
Nah, I used to kind of care a little bit when I was younger, but it's like I don't care.
All right,
It's
all right.
more I get
Okay,
called
Matthew. I will call you Matthew.
I get called Porter all the time just because teaching. No one half the time, no one ever knows your first name
Gotcha.
or coach. It's usually coach or Porter.
I feel bad sometimes. It's like I don't know. I see Matthew on the screen. I just called you Matt for the last 2 hours. So my bad.
Whatever.
All right. So
It only says that on there because that's what auto populated.
I gotcha. So FMK. You familiar with FMK?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna give you three topics, kind of just go through the gauntlet with them. I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings on this, and three Lord of the Rings subjects. So Lord of the Ring books, Lord of the Ring movies, going to the play, and correct me if I'm wrong, going to the place where some of Lord of the Rings was filmed. That's something you just did, right?
Yep. Now that
So
was
so
recent.
those three, so books, movies, visibly seen landscape.
I mean, you gotta marry going to New Zealand and all the different things that you saw there. Like that was like absolutely good. Like it. I want to go back. Like I didn't want to come home.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I looked. I saw some pictures you sent me. They look really very pretty.
oh, it insane. As far as the other two, um, it's so hard because it's also good, but I like the books more than the movie, so I would F the books and then I would kill the movies.
Should I revisit the books? I want to say I listened to them on audiobook like 15 years ago, and it was such a poor quality audiobook that I couldn't really get into it. I'm curious if there's like a better rendition of it now, because I think it was
There's
just
some I think Ian McKellen may have done it.
okay.
And that
Because
one I'm sure
I
that
definitely
one
listened like in like the late 2010s, probably
mhm.
when I first started getting into audiobooks, like 2008, 9, 10, something like that, and it wasn't for me. It was so fucking boring. They kept stopping to take tea breaks, but just like on an audiobook, it was just very not. So I think I'd listened to the first two books. Don't remember if I did Hobbit, and I don't think I finished the third book. So I'm like it's one of
Yeah,
the few series I've kind
I
of left
was
open ended and just
yeah, I
never.
would say The Hobbit is quite different. Like The Hobbit is
Yeah.
one where like it was meant to be more as like a kid's book.
Hmm.
So it was like a very different it's all the same like s- realm, I guess, but it just was I'm not as big a fan of that one as you for
So you don't like
just
the
Lord of the Rings.
movies because you're so attached to the books? Like if you didn't know,
It's so close between the
okay,
two. It's like
like
literally like a
one A,
razor
one B.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still here. I've just been quiet and dealing with
I
children
see you.
and stuff. Sorry. Um, so this one might, let's see if it lands. Do you know what Mount Rushmore is?
Yes.
Okay, so you have your Mount Rushmore of Targaryens.
Mm, gotta put uh Aegon the Conqueror on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, you gotta put Daenerys on there too. Maybe it's just the she went a little nuts at the end there, but the books aren't out yet, so we'll see when that final book's not finished. See how see how it goes.
Yep.
Um, I mean the new series with Matt Smith, that Damon Targaryen. That I mean he's just a cool character. Um, There's one more I gotta put on there. We'll go John. He's a Targaryen. Jon Snow.
He technically is. Okay, good
Yeah.
call. Good call. Well, then you passed those games. Keith would normally be doing an affiliate read right about now, but Keith is predisposed. So, of course, you have Barbell Rescue, code unpaid. You have Home Gym Con, which is coming up. So, if you don't have your tickets, use code unpaid and get those, get your 10% off. And the Strength Co apparel, which also applies to ammonia if you don't want to worry about traveling over the border with your ammonia. You can use code unpaid to get those. So, that would mean the next one is unpaid or underrated. Can you explain the rules to unpaid or underrated? Matt, do you know the rules to unpaid or
I do not. So
okay, so it's kind of like there's this game that these other guys used to play and they don't play it anymore, which was overrated or underrated, but ours is a different version where it's unpaid or underrated.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So unpaid sucks. Nobody wants to be unpaid. And underrated means not enough people appreciate it. So we're going to give you about 3 topics each. Keith is probably going to start first.
Yeah.
And you, of course, have your druthers. You are allowed to druther it up, but ultimately you can't ride the line.
Got it.
All right, Keith, you go ahead, buddy.
Sure, I am back. Big Matt, Matthew, unpaid or underrated?
Matthew.
Yeah, I
Just
caught
like
it.
you over there.
Yeah. Unpaid or underrated? The presidential fitness test.
Oh, I mean this just might be a hot take because it's like knowing I think it's unpaid. I don't.
Not helpful.
No, I think it was end up causing more issues than it solved. I actually think the new thing that they're doing now is the pacer test. It's a little bit better component of it. The only issue is the parents of the kids don't know what it is, and they're like, "Why isn't it the presidential fitness test?" And they're like, "I want my kid to get the award they used to get."
It used
When
to
did
be a
that-
proper country where
when did-
Yeah.
you
I
would
haven't
race
been
the beeps back and forth and you
haven't-
would get your own award.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, we're actually testing the kid to see where they are, to see how we can help them improve their fitness.
And was that only something in elementary school? I don't remember ever doing it in elementary school. And then like once I got to middle school and high school, like there was no like standardized testing or anything like that. And I guess I don't know when that test went away or
Yeah, I was in elementary school when they were doing that as well. And then I think the last person I know that did it, my cousin won it, and he's like 10 years younger than me. But then after that, I don't think they did it anymore.
gotcha.
So
And what
I think maybe the
gotcha.
mid 2000s they went away.
Okay. And so you would have never because I guess what grades do you teach or were you involved in?
K through 5.
Okay, so it would have so it definitely isn't something that is actively in going in Florida then if you're because that'd
Well,
be
they're
like that bread and butter time frame.
see what happens. I mean, they're trying to push it to bring it back, but
I
now,
thought
but I
I
think that's
because I did just Google it. I was like, what's it called again? I knew it was like I had trying to get the right term for it. It's like I
yeah,
do
I
remember
think,
just doing that as a kid.
but I think that's just a push to get I mean, they're trying. It's just the voting age. People like, oh, they want this, so like we're gonna do that. It sounds like we're like, adding it in type thing, but it's like it is
All
what
right.
it is. They're never gonna bring back how they had it before
Mhm.
because it was. I mean, that could also be like the teacher that didn't administer it properly. So maybe I have no idea what it actually was supposed to be, and maybe he was just a jerk. So
I don't even
I'm sure
relate. I just
everyone's
remember,
experience
wasn't it
is different.
like you had to see how far you could stretch and touch your toes or something was one of them, I think. I don't
Yeah,
even
you
remember.
had the sit and reach. They had
Yeah.
I think they had they had the mile test. The mile was the President Fitness. There was a pull up portion
we
of it as well.
we had the flexed arm hang.
Hmm. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think it was you could pick one one or the other for it. And then I think there was a transition where like it used to be the pull up only, and then they did the flex arm hang, and then I think they maybe did like a hang because like everyone was failing that
Yeah.
because like a lot of kids like can't do pull ups, and that's not like you don't have for a lot of kids like especially like you're looking at like 7, 8-year-old, you don't have the muscle, like the amount of muscle mass to be
Yeah.
able to perform a pull-up. You get your handful of kids that can like bang out a whole bunch of them, and you're like, oh, you're just a genetic outlier.
Well,
But it's like
and
if you
and
didn't.
I was gosh, I can remember it was middle school, so I would have been probably grade. No, I think I did it in high school. So it would have been grade 9, okay? I weighed 90 pounds. Yeah, I could flex arm hang. I
Mhm,
had no weight, but I also had no biceps. I also had no, lats, no shoulders, no nothing,
mhm,
right? So yeah, and then you get the kid that is a little overweight and he's failing and they're like, "Well, you're not fit." Well, that kid was stronger than me in all
mhm.
aspects. He's on the football team. He weighs 50 pounds more than me. Yeah, so I can see it. I don't even know what you're talking about. Here in Canada, we had a different version. I know I mentioned the chasing the beeps, where it was
And
one of
so
those.
that's the pacer test, and
Yeah.
that would be the same. That's the same as the what's good they do now.
Yeah, see, that was also a nightmare because it just tests your fatigue. It doesn't test your
Mhm.
ability. It's just like how many times can you in between the beeps do
Well, it's
this?
also like how when I do it with the kids, like it's usually it is it's a fun day for me, but it's also like a miserable day for me
Yeah.
Hmm.
because every class I will run it with the class because
Oh,
for elementary school they don't know how to pace themselves.
yeah.
So the only test that counts is fifth grade. So that's the one that has their scores actually, like you have to record them and see where they are. But you want to have those kids practice as through, and
Of
so I'll have like the
course.
first graders go as well, and I'll line up with them and I was like, all right, if you're in front of me, you're going too fast. If you're behind me, you're going too slow. And the first grade, it's not a big deal. They'll get to like 10 and then they're fizzled out and everything. But you get some fourth graders that like play soccer or something like that, and I try to like go with them so I can help push them, and I'm like, all right, we're at 90 now, like I'm literally dying, but I will not let this fourth grader beat me at this point.
Stubborn
Listen
old
here,
man.
you little punk.
That's
I was
funny.
like, I'm gonna die.
Ah, good stuff. Unpaid or underrated Oreos.
Definitely underrated, and I have a problem. I cannot buy them in a regular size pack. I have rules that I've set in place for myself where I only can buy them at the gas station.
Yeah, like
So I
the
have
like
You
like like the 6 pack or something.
yeah, so I have a limited amount that I'm allowed to have.
Smart.
Because if I buy like a full container of Oreos, I
Eat
will
it.
eat the entire thing. Uh,
Absolutely.
if someone buys me 3 containers of Oreos, I will eat every single one of them.
They're so good.
Yeah, I have a
They're like the
problem.
best bad cookie. Like they're the best like
Hmm.
mass-produced cookie out there in my opinion. So I've historically always loved like just the original. I don't like double stuff. I don't like this, that, the other. The wife's been getting dark chocolate lately, and I hate dark chocolate, but the Oreo dark chocolate, it really doesn't taste like the dark. It doesn't have that bitter dark chocolate taste that I like
Hmm.
associate with dark chocolate, like a hard dark chocolate candy. Dude, there's if you haven't had one, try it next time if
Don't
you see.
don't tell me
They're
this.
so good, but you probably won't see them in like the smaller amounts. You might have to get the bigger one and have your wife throw away the rest. But like they're the only ones I want to eat now because it's not overly. I'm sure I'm making you fatter, but goddamn, like I don't find stuff as of this late in life anymore that like a better version of something I've had my whole life. And like I hate fucking dark chocolate, but goddamn, they're so much better in my opinion right now. Yeah, so
for me, it was the mint Oreos.
I don't like the
Man,
mint.
those hit me hard. The mint, vanilla, and chocolate together. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was one of those ones where I was like, "I'll buy them for you, honey," and then I'm the one just eating them. Yeah.
And then
All
you're
right.
like, oh, sorry, how many did you get? None. Oh, I'll go buy
Uh,
more.
are you a milk dunker with your Oreos or?
Yeah, I mean, if I plan in advance to have milk, but if I don't have milk, it doesn't matter. They're gonna disappear
They're getting
regardless.
hoovered either way. Yep.
They need
Yeah.
I need yeah, a nice big old glass of milk and some Oreos is she's been buying those now and it's like I'm proud of myself that like I won't sit there and eat the whole thing, but like I am having like two or three almost every day or every other day, which is like not good, but at least the willpower to because like I know if I eat the whole thing, she'll fucking yell at me and I'd rather yeah, I'm more afraid to get yelled at and have a fight than I am to like than I need to eat the Oreos. So like that's at least a bonus. But yeah, I feel you with not having the stuff in the house. Like we were really good there for a long time not having them, and it's just been a
My wife
guilty pleasure for both of us recently.
my wife hides them now. She
Smart.
works
Hide,
from yeah, she works
that's
from
that's the
home,
good thing.
and then
That's
she'll like leave, like she'll buy a full thing of them, and then she'll like take a few out and like put them aside. Like it's like you can have these, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I'm allowed to have, and she hides the other ones. Unfortunately, I seem to find them too, but
Yeah.
at
Well,
least
you go looking, don't you? I've
I
been there.
Well, but
I'm
that
like
seems
looking
like
at
one of
some.
those like, how dare you? Thank you.
Yeah, for
But like,
sure.
don't do that. I'm a man. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know what
we've
I
all been
found
there.
recently? I was in line at Costco, and I'm not normally like an impulse buyer, but my kids love the yogurt covered berries. You ever had those? The
Mhm.
Yogis?
Yep.
Okay. My kids love those. And then right next to them was this new one that I'd never seen before, and it was like $2 more. And I was like, I'm gonna get the new one and see what happens. And they're yogurt covered blueberries, cranberries, and cherries. I don't eat sugar. Like that's one of my things. I'm not a sugar eater. I got these, brought them home. I had one, and it was like the first time I did deadlifts. I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever had. So honey, come here. And I gave her one, and she was like, oh my, what are these? So I gave my kids a couple because it turns out every 6 pieces is like 8 grams of sugar. So we're just like, let's rein that in a little bit. Geez, if you're that interested in finding them, I'll post a story or something. But I brought them to work, and I got everybody at work to try one, and now they're all going to Costco to buy them because they're that darn good.
Oh, that's I gotta get that now. I actually don't have a Costco membership, but I have a Instacart membership, and I
Yep,
steal my buddy's Costco number so I can get Costco delivered to my house.
Oh,
smart.
smart.
And right before
Yep.
we got on the podcast, I actually got a order came in, and my wife put something in the cart, and I'm like, I saw it, I'm like, I want to eat these. But I'm so curious about them. So they're dates, but the
Mm.
dates have been like injected in the center with like a nut butter. It's like like there's some that have peanut butter, there's some have almond butter,
Oh my.
and they're in my kitchen right now. I'm like I've been like right when we get done, I'm like I'm gonna crack that bag open, and I'm like I'm just so curious. I'm like, it could be great. It also could be awful.
Yeah.
She packs them right now with mini eggs because mini eggs are my Easter thing. I love Cadbury mini eggs.
Mhm.
I haven't touched the mini eggs. I've only been eating these darn yogurt berries. Sorry, Keith.
I don't.
You got another one left there.
Yeah, do, but I'm trying. What the? I don't know that I know
What
what
is
a.
what? What is
I
what?
do I know what a date is? Like, as a
Oh,
is that
come
like
on,
is that
man.
like the small dehydrated looking like grape that's all shriveled up, or am I? Is that not a date?
It's a dried plum.
Okay, so yeah, I've had dates then. I know what they are. Cool. Making
I was
sure.
like,
All right.
I'm not ready for this right now. We've had such a good episode. I didn't talk. You guys had so much fun.
All right. Unpaid or underage? No, unpaid or underrated
Unpaid or
forging.
underaged? What
I
was
think I did
that?
say that. Yeah. Forging. It says something about you being a little forger of knives.
Yeah,
Is that a little
definitely.
hobby?
Yeah, underrated. I mean, I don't have time to do it anymore, and I get so frustrated that I can't like get to it anymore. But that's what like I guess like vice was before all this like all the crazy with the business started, and I would actually like all friends and family um the like a birthday gift or something like that would be like a hand forged knife.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, I
Love it.
have one of those.
Yeah, they take a long time to make, and it's like I'm just doing it on the. I usually don't that's a cool handle.
Yeah, it's a ram's horn handle,
That's awesome.
and it's sharp as shit, so I don't want to play with it. But
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually the piece that I'm making for it's not forging, but it's going to be a lot of that grinding work to get the edge and everything.
hmm
I'm doing a lot of that work into the V-wing, so it's going to have like contours to your
Oh, cool.
hand. So like as you grab it, like there'll be notches to where your thumbs go. So like everything is like tailored to like the hand.
Now, did you use a hand model that doesn't have a deformed, crippled hand like you?
Dude, okay, so that's called Viking
Very
hand.
nice.
Yeah, first of all, it is called Viking hand, and my father-in-law had it. It is
I have one good hand.
it's
Okay,
actually
sure.
it's very common, Matthew. And there's no way to avoid it. It's genetic. You have to get, I hate to say it, you have to get the tendons cut. and then re-put together to fix that. If that's like a permanent thing that's happening to you.
No,
He,
I had surgery and it failed.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and that actually happened to my father-in-law the first time
Oh.
too. He
Yeah,
had to go for a
it
second
was.
time.
I used to be able to close it all the way,
Yep.
like down, and then I had surgery on it, but I couldn't open it all the way. And then I had surgery on it, so now I can't open it all the way or close it all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah.
like that made it worse, and it was a lot of money.
It's a result
Yeah,
of
how's that?
it's a result of the tendons essentially turning into callus.
Yeah, so mine is a little bit different than that. I got caught in a helmet. So I was a like
Oh, okay.
DB. Yeah, I was a DB in high school. I actually broke multiple bones in my hand as well, and then tore the tendons. But I went back to defend a pass, and my pinky got jammed in the guy's like face mask, and then he
Mm.
rapidly turned his head, and my pinky was like off to the side of my hand, like a
Oh.
like yeah, it's like a kind of curlicue looking thing. And I'm the nut that tried to put a glove on over my hand because I wanted to keep
That'll
playing.
fix it.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to
Like,
get taken out. I didn't want to get taken out of the game, so I
just
wanted
tape
to
it to my
keep.
tape it to my other finger, coach.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take it back. It's not a genetic thing, and Keith is right to mock you.
I also I hit it and I refused to go to the doctor, so it healed broken. So
Yep.
when they actually went to go fix it, the likelihood it was going to heal properly was very low. So yeah, it was.
But
Yeah.
I put on the glove.
Well, the glove was so the coach couldn't see my hand, so I could keep playing.
God, that had to hurt. The rest of that game had to hurt so bad, especially if you didn't made any tackles or anything. Oh, you could just
No,
envision
I was able to keep playing for like 4 or 5 plays, and then I kept like hiding my hand
that.
and
They're like,
then
all right, Porter, get your ass on the sideline, buddy.
yeah, they had me come over and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I hurt myself."
Good stuff.
All right, my turn, I guess.
Yep.
Unpaid or underrated sun exposure?
Oh no, don't need any of that. I'm literally wearing a hoodie with like thumb sleeves and yeah, definitely like unpaid. Like do not like small amounts, but the amount that I'm in the sun, uh, don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, as a ginger, I concur.
I also hate sunscreen. Like I hate the feeling of sunscreen. So
Yeah,
like
it took me years. Sunbum is the only one I can wear and not detest my existence.
that's the same one I have, and I only put it on my face and then I put it on my hands.
Yep.
But because I'm wearing these like long sleeves, I wear
Oh, yeah.
I wear long pants every day at work too. They're like the vented pants. But so it's like I go out of my way to like get out of the sun. I also have to worry about the same thing with I learned the hard way that you can get a sunburn from welding too.
Yep. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I was like, whoops, I didn't realize that could happen. I have a torched arm.
My wife likes to say that I could get a sunburn looking in the fridge too long because, yeah, we were out the other day on a hike on Friday, and it wasn't supposed to be sunny, and the sun was out for 10 minutes, and then I went back to the in-laws and laid on the couch. Keith, you would love this. The cat was sleeping on the couch.
No.
And I was like, "Oh, hi, kitty." And then I put my head against the cat, and then the cat wrapped herself around my head, and we both passed out. And it was because I'd been in the sun for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Like my body was just like, "You're done, man." Like my shoulders were red, the back of my head was red. I was wearing a hat. She's got pictures. I'll send them to you, Keith. Unpaid or underrated full cage squat rack?
Oh, I mean, if this was 5 years ago, I would have had a different answer. But I'm gonna go with unpaid. It's not. I'm. I think you can get a lot more out of your space. Just do like a half cage. I don't even have a half cage now. I have a Frankenstein PRX folding rack that I've made out of it's actually the Iron Bull Frankenstein uprights, but
Okay.
PRX folding brackets. So I have the
Gotcha.
1 inch or 5/8 holes. So if I make a attachment, I can test whatever I
Oh
want
yeah,
on
because Iron Bull has that the 1 inch 5/8 combo.
And they make it in purple, and I have the problem with purple.
Okay, last one. We already touched a little bit on this, but I'm hoping this gets a bit of a heated answer from you. Unpaid or underrated, the final season of Game of Thrones. Right?
It's hard. This is where it's hard because it's the final season. I don't think is bad. It's the final like 2 episodes because like if you stop like in the middle of the final season, and I'm like, I think you're happy, and you're just like, if you just never know the other part of it.
It would be, I think, right when she kills the White Walker, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where she like figures out how to do it. Should have been the end of the show. Damn it. And
See, you're right.
yeah,
Even
And-
Zoom is agreeing.
and then the dark episode, and they were like, well, it's your fault for having a shitty TV. Like that was their response.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it just was like slow, like a little bit more downhill, a little bit more downhill, and then we just like let's just turn it right into the side of the brick wall. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
You definitely.
The Mountain and Jaime Lannister fall off the side of a building. What? Like, like what?
Oh, we've been building up to this for years and years and years, and it's like, oh, good writing, guys. Good job.
Yeah. So was that unpaid or underrated?
Definitely unpaid.
Yeah, all right. I just wasn't sure I caught that.
I will hijack it a little bit just because I know when I stepped away to go to the bathroom, you guys were talking some Game of Thrones. Did you touch base on the Tale of Dunk and Egg? Or were you just talking about the other one with the other new? There's 3 shows now. Have you watched all of them?
No. So I gave him the Mount Rushmore of Targaryens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't actually talked anything about that. Probably the best Game of Thrones show.
Yeah, if
ever.
anyone's
Yeah.
I like those books better than I like the Game of Thrones books. Just like I've read all the novellas. It's just why I listen to them as like 2 big audiobooks, I think. But yeah, I want more. I wanted it to be longer. I wanted like more. I wanted more.
6 episodes. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
That might be a good thing though, because then they make sure it's good, and
Yeah,
or
and
like they actually spend their time of like it like kind of putting the actual like thought behind each episode, building up the characters and everything, and not like dragging it out, like trying to like force it right away so they can actually get the next one like spend time. But we'll see how they do. But I really enjoyed that series so far, that first season.
And the edging is the only way I can describe it, of him actually fighting. Like it doesn't even happen until the 5th episode or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not great. And it's like, thank you.
Well, he's
like,
in the
thank
books.
you.
He's like 15 in the book, so they're trying to like that's like the whole storyline is he's literally a kid.
Yeah, it really was. I think the best one. The House of Dragons. It is what it is.
It's not bad.
I'm not amped about the new season. I'm more excited about Wednesday than I am the House of Dragons. Like that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's like the visuals are cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You can say, oh, I get to actually see dragons in this one, whereas the other ones like there was not nearly as much. I'm like, oh, this is the differentiators. Like, oh, there's multiple dragons, and the dragons are gonna fight. Oh, cool. That's a little bit more different than we've seen before.
The one episode where Dunk was like a kid, and like he got so attached to his friend. And then just the way they did her dirt, I was just like, I was gutted. I was like, that. I mean, spoiler alert. That death meant more to me, I think, than like half the deaths on Game of Thrones. And like she had like 8 minutes of screen time, but it was just so fucking like it caught me off guard. I mean, it shouldn't have caught you off guard.
Yeah. Challenge.
It was
challenge. Oberyn dying was probably the biggest thing in Game of Thrones.
No.
The Viper.
Well, yeah, you're talking about the but I think I remember
because he wanted him to win so much.
I think right before that happened, like I remembered in the book that happened. I believe I'm pretty sure maybe it happened, maybe it didn't happen in the book. I'm pretty sure I wasn't surprised by that. I guess like in the moment because like during the hug you can kind of like it's foreshadowed or whatever. But I don't know but I do remember like I've read some I do a lot of like YouTube companion stuff to like shows that are actually in depth like that
Mm.
sometimes, if like a recap one, and they were like kind of and like companion podcast to it, and they were talking about how like the whole backstory with the girl, like it wasn't that, it was just a couple dudes or whatever, like in the books. So then like that was completely out of left field for me, and then having them just slit her throat or whatever, I was like, oh god damn it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
It's
I'm
just
with
good
you on
when
that one too.
you get that attached.
Yeah, I definitely am with you on that, but I still think the death of was his name Oberon?
I can't think it. I can't. But
Oberyn,
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Auburn
the
or
king to
Oberon.
be guy.
Oberyn Martell.
Yeah, yeah, and he like he fought the mountain, and then he thought he had won, but he was too busy bragging, and then the mountain
Oh, you're
squashed
talking
his
about
head
that.
like a
Okay.
grape.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I got you.
Like, tell me, I was watching that with my friends,
That was pretty bad.
one of which passed away
I
right
know.
now,
Yeah.
and like I literally stood up and I was like, "What?" Like, because I hadn't read the books. I don't.
Well, I guess
don't.
I meant more of a sad emotion more than a jump scare, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm with you on that too. That
I do think
sucked.
reading the books like changes your perspective on that too. Like you're like, oh, I know this. Like, oh, this is coming. This is coming. Whereas the like this the girls like it wasn't really in the like the story, so it's like that
Hmm.
happened. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
that was just good TV. Like I don't know,
it really
it's like
was.
it's we are thankfully, I guess I don't know, like we're living in an era where there's some good TV. We're lucky enough to have like lived through good TV. Like our movies might suck,
mm,
but like our TV is pretty damn good.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I had to buy HBO again because
and
I hadn't have it for a while. Then I'm like, this came out, and I'm like, oh, I heard all like the buzz for. I'm like, oh, I gotta
Yeah,
buy
it's,
that.
it's like I know what I'm doing Sunday nights for 2 months.
so I you passed unpaid and underrated.
Did that was a nice
Um,
little.
what else are you guys watching? I'm watching Daredevil right now. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'm up to date on Daredevil. Invincible is like my crush right now. I'm up to date on that.
I don't have Prime and I won't get it, but I know the boys just came
Invincible's
out, so
great. Yep,
I might get Prime for the boys.
I watched
Yeah,
those 2 episodes today.
I am watching nothing right now. It's like that was my I'm too busy.
So do you throw books in? Do you throw podcast in? Like you're out in the shop working for a couple hours every night,
Yeah,
probably.
podcasts, books,
Okay.
a lot of
So
audiobooks.
you found that you can't just have a tablet with a TV show on, and it's too distracting.
No, I can't because I have like a lot. If I'm doing like work in the shop, it's like it's very meticulous. I need to be paying
Okay.
attention,
Mhm.
like
Okay.
actually visually paying attention to what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Because if I'm like looking up at something else or if something happens, like and I like if I'm in the middle of a weld and like I hear something happen, I'm
Oh
like I
yeah,
look
yeah,
up
yeah.
and I'm like,
That
oh,
tracks.
Yeah,
I
the
just
weld is
ruined.
ruined. Yep.
That's not
Um,
good.
I'll give you one that I've spoken about before here. It's called Old Gods of Appalachia. So if you can find that on your podcast list,
It sounds familiar.
it's an
Why does that
Eldritch
sound?
horror based, takes place in Appalachia, and just like the first season's kind of weird because the guy is by himself and he's doing all of the voices, but then he gets a woman come in and do the woman voices, and it gets much better after that.
Hmm.
And then Rusty Quill picks it up, and the production gets better. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hooked. And they do an episode right now. I think they're on season 6 or 9. I'll never know. But it's like every 2 weeks, and I'm waiting with bated breath for the next episode. So if you like that kind of like scary, gothic, kind of horror based stuff, this stuff is amazing. The way he describes things, yeah, that's a good one to have in your ear while you're doing stuff. It won't take your like vision off of your weld,
Hmm.
obviously, but it is like it's riveting.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check it out.
He welds, he doesn't rivet.
I do leather work too. I do rivets.
Yeah,
Okay, good deal.
you don't know.
I was just trying to make a
I
pun.
do a lot of work.
Yeah, we
Sounds
can
like it.
tell.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm one where like if I don't know how to do it, I have to. It's not an option. I have to learn how to do
We've learned that about you on the notes there, that it's one of those like if it's necessary, you're going to dedicate your time and learn it.
it. Hmm.
And I mean, obviously it shows.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
look at
hop on
these
calls
things
with
behind you.
yes, I'll hop on calls with Kurt, the Kurt Lucker, and then we'll go because he's very similar to me, where it's like if you're gonna do something, you do it right. And like you have to learn how to I don't know how to do it, like I have to know how to do it, so you go down this rabbit hole of like every little minutia of how to do it, and then even like experimenting like, well, what if I do it like this, try to like this way, like this is not how you're supposed to do it, but like if I do it like this maybe it'll work, and then finding ways because I don't have the tools to make the things that I like a
Mm.
lot of things I'm making, but I'm like, how can I make the tools I have make the piece that I needed to make and still make it at a high, like, and the quality is still the quality I want from it. So a lot of like redneck engineering of like figuring out all that stuff. It's like going, it's just I I can't turn it off.
What
Like
before we get into the next segment, again, I was very quiet for the whole episode, but mostly it's because, like we talked about earlier, I'm in a ton of pain and I'm exhausted. But I do have my second win. What's the hardest thing you had to teach yourself? And second, what's the most rewarding thing you taught yourself?
Good question.
uh CAD because it's on a computer and I have to
Yep,
sit at a computer.
I agree. F that noise. Yep.
And I can do CAD, like I'm very slow at it. So like I have a buddy that's better at it than I basically like hand draw stuff and I'll get like a rough thing out of there and I'm like, oh, I need to do this, and like he'll help me like dial things in now. So that's helped a lot of the process. But like it's when I'm like I should spend more time to get uh, good at that because it does like slow down a lot of stuff. Or it's like I have the thing in my head and I'm like, I don't even do the CAD. I go out there and I'll just bend the piece. And then I'm like, all right, again, it's I visually conceive in my head and I build everything from what I'm just envisioning. And then now that I've made the piece, and then I'm like, I made something really cool. Then I'm like, okay, now I have to find a way to like make more of these. The way I made the thing is not mass producible because it's in
Yep.
my head. Like, and if I try to outsource that to like a small manufacturer, like small shop near me, I'm like, I can give them the things like, can you make what I made? And they're like, how the heck did you do this? And I'm like,
I'll come show you once and then figure it out, right?
you know, or they're like, how many hours did you spend doing this? And I'm like, I don't, I don't know until I
Several.
finished.
Don't worry about it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think the final thing that we want to do, of course, we are going past way past 2 hours. Do you have anything for us that you want to ask us, play games or anything like that?
I don't know. It's actually getting way past my bedtime. I'm getting tired. I go to bed at usually 8:30, and I
Yep.
wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work out. So it's like I'm like slowly like losing steam as we're going.
I hear you. I'll stop bugging you then.
No, it's
Just got to say that purple is gorgeous. Got
I
it.
mean,
Yeah. I'm looking
yeah,
at it. I've been looking at it all night. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's a good color.
yeah. You gotta get
Um,
something that like pops, and I have a problem with purple. It's that purple and black. That's my
it's
theme.
it's a good color. I have one quick one. Does your wife not help at all? Like as far as is she allowed to come help you pack boxes or anything like that, or is she banned from getting in your way?
No, she'll be pack boxes and stuff. It's just a lot of it. If I'm like there's like very like meticulous steps that have to go into all for some of the assembly stuff.
Hmm.
Like it's just like a lot of like it is sometimes takes more time to explain what I'm doing versus
Yeah,
just doing
just to
it.
do it. I
But
could
like
see that.
luckily the best seller has been the Eclipse grip and it is super simple.
Nice.
And then I've been back and forth if I like for the leather, like do I install it or do I just send it with like a video of like how to install it? So I've gotten to the point where now there's so many that have sold. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to put the leather in the box with the adhesive and just have a video with it. And like
Yeah,
this is
that's
how
I
you
don't
can
think that's
install it.
hard.
No, it's just but when you have to do that over hundreds of pieces, and I'm like, it's like, well, that was a lot of time.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think that's the smart move is to save the few minutes every, those few minutes times 100, that's hours right there. So let's get that time back for you. All right, Big Matthew, one more time. Where are they gonna find you at?
Yeah, so it's on Instagram. It's Porter_PhysEd. Also the same name on YouTube, but I am very bad at posting anything on there. And then my website is porterpef.com. And like I think I said it earlier, the Eclipse grips are gonna actually be back in stock at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll
So
have
by the time
all
you're hearing this, they're sold out.
Right. Yeah, this will come out. This will come out next Tuesday.
there might be like one like that I
You
forgot to
might
put
get
in
lucky.
stock or that probably forgot to put in stock. So you may
Two
have
that
to
fell
send
under
me a
the table.
message on Instagram or something. You got any
Fell under
left?
the table.
Yeah.
Big Joey, where you at?
Joey_Malesko, MLECZKO, or the DILF Dungeon on Gym Radar. Hit me up for gym stickers. I'm running out, which means the more people ask, the faster you make me have to do a reorder.
Gotta do a trade.
Yeah, we can.
We got the Instagram, Unpaid and Underrated Podcast, the website, unpaidinternpodcast.com. Go chat in the Discord on the UNU channel and Massnomics Discord. We love seeing all the feedback on there every week and all the good banter in Discord there. I am Keith Honeycutt on Keith Honeycutt 73 on Instagram. More importantly, go follow my Orange Gym, the No Wine Cellar. Until then, see you next Tuesday.
Hey, Big Nate here, by the way. Just a quick editor's note. Matthew started sharing just some stuff going on in his personal life that we here at Unpaid and Underrated thought it would be important to just include in our episode. Since it wasn't a part of the main episode, the conversation kind of doesn't act like our normal episode, so there's some stuff in there where they're talking about will this get included and things like that. So it's a little chaotic, but we find it really important just to include all this information. So go ahead, take a listen. Thanks.
I think Keith, you know this from my Instagram. Like my dad and brother both passed away from diabetic complications. So I want to find a way to like. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Like, but I want to have like a fundraiser where it's like every like sale I do during this time frame, there will be like a certain amount of money that will go towards the American Diabetic Association. And I have a product that I sell with Nate, but it's in the background still. It's like not a I don't share. It's like a little sign piece. My brother was making. Let me grab one. These gym rack signs a while back. And they're like magnetic, they're aluminum, and then I basically recreated them with Nate from Executive Fit. He's did with the epoxy, but find a way to like kind of promote those. But I need to get with Nate to make sure he's like ready to do that as well. And I haven't talked to him and get that on the site, but stuff like that where it's like a lot of what I'm doing because my brother taught me how to do most of the stuff that I'm doing. And my dad also like was integral and like helped me like learn how to do a lot of like just the DIY stuff. So it's like that's like I guess the backbone of the business is like the two really close deaths that recently happened. This has been the past 2 years. I mean, with the business going, like I give it all the time. My mom had a stroke. My wife's dad died. And this was all since 2022. Mom had a stroke late 2022. Then my wife's dad died, and then my mom ended up getting like sick again, and then my wife's mom died of cancer, and then my brother ended up passing away in like a diabetic complication in a car. And then in this past July, my dad passed away. But this is all happening in the background, like while all this is happening at the same time. Like trying to find a way to like to tell that story. But it's like it's so hard to talk about because it's like some things are more fresh than others. But like like even like with there's other like my uncle passed away that same time, and I was close with him. And the week after my dad passed away, my dog passes away, and that was like I had him since he was a puppy, like 15 years. But like all of those things, it's trying to find a way to like articulate those in a like a setting and like letting people know like more of like the story behind like what's going on.
Yeah.
Because like all that stuff, it's like I don't like the day people like I let people know what's going on, like which like hey things are gonna be like slow, but like all that stuff because like I don't visually show people like I don't like I'm more like I don't like go up and down. It's just more of just like a steady all the time. But like all that's happening, and I'm like I don't know how to share this information.
Well, luckily we're still recording. And I'm sure Nate is going to hear this and want to include some of it.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you. We can include everything you just said. and just have it be a part of the post show, or we can cut it. It's entirely your discretion. If you want to come back on in the future and join us for or even just record a 2-minute thing, and we can have that be our pre-show of you promoting the
Yeah,
thing with Nate. Like you can do how it's the world's your oyster and however you want
yeah.
to handle
If
it.
you can, I mean, if you can find a way to like cut it where that rambling makes sense, like you can put it in there because it's like it is, it is like the if a lot of those things didn't happen, I wouldn't have done a lot of this stuff because it's like this was my like therapy. This was my distraction. This was like
Hmm.
what kept me going because I'm like, oh, I have something to do
Mhm.
because of it. I can't control like somebody dying of like a what's my like my brother like he had a low he was driving to like a store had a low blood sugar episode, passed out in a car, and then the car battery like the car was on, the car died, but this was August in Florida,
Mm.
so it's over 100 degrees
Yep.
and he ended up passing away. And it's like it was a stunning shock. Like my dad, I'm literally driving to my mom and dad, helping them, and he ends up having basically like a low blood sugar episode that ends up kind of like tying into they think they don't really know what happened. It's aneurysm, like a massive heart attack, but it's all from these diabetic complications. He ended up like almost losing his foot, like multiple like infections he was dealing with. But like I was like all of this stuff that I'm doing is just what kept me going.
Hmm.
So like everyone that was like supporting me, like purchasing the stuff, like if that wouldn't have happened, I'm not really sure what would have come to anything. It's like this is the stuff. It's like it gave me something to do, gave me something to fixate on that I can fix this thing. I can I can fix this product, like this like style of product. I can dial it in. I can make the what I think is the best like product for this piece. And that was kind of like what I was all this stuff's in the background like this, but this is like I won't say it's my why, but like it was just like my distraction that kept me moving forward.
Yeah, I knew a decent amount of that stuff, but I didn't know really how to, I probably should have got with you beforehand and been like, do you want to, how deep? Because like this, we literally do let people share. Like we've had people tell some very traumatic stories on here, and it's therapeutic for them, and that's great. It lets people, show that you're human, but I don't like to force it, so I didn't really push any buttons or anything. But I think we should include everything. I think this whole thing should be part of the episode personally, but it's entirely up
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to put it in because like I think that was the maybe the best I've done at articulating like
Yeah.
what's going on because it's like it's hard to explain it
Hmm.
and hard
Mhm.
to like
It's a
to
lot, dude. That's
yeah.
so much. That's so much loss in like three. That's so much. That's enough loss for a life. Like that's more loss than most people have in a lifetime. You experienced that, and you and your family experienced that in a few years. Like that's hard. A lot of people wouldn't come
Yeah,
back from that. So I'm
and
glad you found this crutch in your business.
yeah, I mean, it was something more like it would be like something's happening on my wife's side, and something's happening on my side, and something happened on my wife's side. I mean, it was like back and forth, and I'm like, we can't. I mean, luckily we have some like great friends and everything. Like, they were able to um, like we kind of piggyback on their vacations, like getting to go to New Zealand, stuff like that. Like they basically like they'll cover a bunch of the stuff, and I'm like, we just pay them back as it goes. Because I'm like as a teacher, I'm like, we can't be able to just like throw that down and be able to do all that. So like that was nice to have like some like travel therapy.
Yeah.
Like this, we went to Ireland, Scotland, went to New Zealand, Australia, and like a couple like a little like so much smaller trips in between, but it's just been it over and over and over again, like small little thing. But I'll get with Nate and talk to him about the signs, and he's crew, isn't he? I don't
I don't believe
I
he
Xavier.
don't think
is.
he is.
Uh,
I'm pretty positive he's not.
all
And if
right.
he is, he's definitely not in the Discord. I don't know. Like that's tricky though, because like there's hundreds of people that aren't in the Discord. Probably maybe not hundreds, but there's a fair amount that aren't in. But they just kind of support Tommy and Tanner on the back end. But I don't believe that Nate is. No,
Okay. Yeah, I thought he might have been, but I'll reach out to
I
him.
could be wrong.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him and seeing like where he's at on those. Because I do want to like try to promote them and bring them back because it's always been like small little like
Hmm.
sections, and I probably will do like the month of whatever the diabetic awareness month is.
Yeah, no, that'd be
Mhm.
cool.
Like that month, like $1 every proceed for every order or something like that goes to it, and have maybe like a direct donate button in the website because it was one where it's like that and I mean diabetes and cancer have like destroyed like my family the last couple of years.
I wish I could give you a hug right now, but I'm very sorry to. That's so much in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't come back out of that darkness. Okay.
Yeah, it's one where it's like even just telling the story like it because it's kind of like I'm on the other end. I'm like I know that it doesn't even seem like a lot because I'm like I've already like did like all that, and it's like but when I tell other people that they're like what like who did you anger?
That's
But
the bad luck.
yeah. But
Well,
sorry for me to go over the Debbie
we,
Downer for all
we
that.
have
No,
this
no, no,
game
no.
we like to play.
This is no, and if I know you're not a big consumer of our podcast, but yeah, what he just said is kind of the joke. We'll pick at not necessarily pick at wounds, but like inevitably like we've had people that like relived childhood trauma inadvertently, and then just the way the podcast goes. Now we play this game, and
Yeah.
it's just a funny bit, but I didn't know how to really broach that or how it fit into the episode. Now, in hindsight, I wish we kind of included all that, but I think maybe it was better to save to the end because you not necessarily were nervous, but let the podcast be about the business and promoting you and your
Hmm.
brand and getting to know you. And then I feel that if you as a listener checked out before the post show, you kind of missed out on getting to know some more about Matthew, and I think that was a very good story. I think it's going to resonate with a lot of. I think everyone's dealt with loss, so everyone. I mean, that's like I think that's like the most centralized thing people can have camaraderie over is everyone's lost
Hmm.
some loved ones, but when it's someone's lost that much love in that short period of time, that's just I think that it's gonna hit a lot of people hard this week, and yeah, definitely gonna be some teary eyes. But that's part of the reason we do this. Is this isn't just the fun podcast. This is let's actually get to know this person as a human, and that's what we do here.
Hong Kong.